¿Cómo se va? Good. So again, we want to just say hello to everyone. Welcome back to another Iron Sharpen Iron. Tonight's topic is are we distracted or callous? Now the reason why
Hey, Salakia again, Salakia King. It's HOI class, right?
HOI class. Khan.
HOI's class.
Okay. Okay, Khan. All right, go ahead, King. Salakia.
Khan Elder.
Kind elder. Those of you who don't know, that's Elder Zabak. He's trying to get onto the YouTube and share it. So tonight's topic that's going to be on Iron Sharpen Iron. We're going to talk about, are we distracted or callous? So the reason why I chose those two words, distracted and callous, right? It falls into something that's going on in this world. So the definition of distracted: unable to concentrate because one's own mind is preoccupied.
Well,
That's
Salaki, you can share it on the screen too.
okay. I put it in my notes.
Oh, okay. Khan.
I put it in my notes. I do have it, so I'll put it on there. But I always write the definition in my notes.
Khan. So I can look it up as well.
No, I got rid of it. But I just put it in my notes.
Okay, Khan.
Lock in. I'll do that next time. Sorry about
that. King. You got it.
So yeah, so it's in the Oxford Dictionary. So you guys, you go on Google and you just type in define distracted, you'll see it comes up from Oxford Dictionary. Unable to concentrate because one's mind is preoccupied. So when they doing this stuff, like social media been around before this whole thing on your phones. Okay. So just understand that. So when they have these little inserts and they last 10 seconds, it just keep your minds going and going and going. What does that remind you of? That reminds you of TV, for those of you who had TVs. Now, I'm only 49, but when I was coming up, TVs went off at, I think it was 11 o'clock, and everything just went black and white. They played the national anthem and then it went black and white. Okay. Now maybe it happened at 45. I know I'm 49, so that was like in the 80s. So I was born 76. So maybe up until MTV came out, I believe that's when we started having TV pass. Every once in a while you have a channel that was on at 12, but TV shut down, as far as I can remember, from 11 o'clock to like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. You can catch like Fraggle Rocks at like 5:30, and then they used to show this little spaceship thing. So things were shutting down back then. Now it's 24-hour ops to keep you distracted. So again, distraction means unable to concentrate because one's mind is preoccupied. And the next word we have was callous. Define callous: showing or having an insensitive or cruel disregard for others. Now, that is a problem in Israel. We see the guys raising their hands and they still getting shot. We see brothers, we see sisters arguing, and all these things are, all they keep showing is us. And there's a reason for this. So again, tonight's topic: are we distracted or callous? So distraction, unable to concentrate; to being callous, showing or having insensitive or cruel disregard for others. So again, let's get into it. So again, we're going to discuss a few people tonight. We all may have heard about the young lady named Dakara Thompson. She was a 19-year-old. Keep in mind, she didn't have a job. Let's keep that in mind, but RIP to the sister. And we have our Irina Zurkowski or Zaruski, and that is she is not an Israelite. She is Esau all day. That is that's the Ukrainian woman who was hiding in a bomb shelter in Ukraine, and then she fled here to America, to get stabbed up in the train station in Charlotte by Judah. Imagine that. And then I'm gonna touch on Charles Kirk a little bit, not too much, because I only got one scripture for him. But that dude, he did what he needed to do, and he got his judgment. Now, And the elder Tarana, we talked about Irina Zaruski last week a little bit in the class. We touched on that. So like again, I'll bring that out, show you guys the videos on it. So the Dakara Thompson, she's from Maryland, and Irina Zaruski, this is North Carolina, Charlotte, and of course Charles Kirk. He got shot down there in Utah, which is ironic, right? So now this class will be on both sides of distraction and callousness. Okay. And it's basically for us, Israel, and you so-called Americans. Why do I say Americans? Because some of y'all still love Uncle Sam. Some of y'all still chucking and jiving. Some of y'all still going to the turkey dinner. Some of y'all still celebrating Christmas and trying to fake it till you make it. So hopefully, you guys can come up out of this this distraction, this callousness for not following these laws, statutes, and commandments, because this is what it's all about. All right. So FYI, there's been so much murder and mayhem going on in Israel. Again, we had Jesse a sidebar. We got a daughter from Galveston, Texas, who shot her mom 7 times. The daughter was 16. Some of you probably forgot because the callousness. Remember the little boy that was 10 years old that was from Memphis about 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. He shot his mom because she didn't want to order him something on Amazon. Shot in the face. And you don't believe me? Well, I got a little video for you. Let's watch this because this is crazy. The young man is 10 years old, and this is what they think about you. So let's get this video real quick so I can show y'all because some of y'all probably forgot about this. Shalakia. This is right here. I got a bunch of videos up here, Shalakia. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Dude shot his mom's.
Oh yeah, this is crazy. Oh yeah, this is wild. I'm about to play it. Let me get this commercial out the way. Yeah, he shot in her face. He wanted to order something from Amazon, and she was like, "Uh-uh." Oh man, hold on, Shalakia. Are you gonna play or what?
Share the screen as well so people can see it.
The 10-year-old throughout most.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I ain't want him to.
Sat quietly, his head down.
You understand we're in juvenile court.
You guys see it?
This is an adult court proceeding.
Throughout most of the hearing, sat quietly with his head down.
You understand we're in juvenile court, but this is an adult court proceeding.
Prosecutors have charged him with first-degree intentional homicide. Records indicate he shot his mother in the face after refusing to buy him a virtual reality headset.
The complaint alleges that the victim was shot at very close range in the head.
On Wednesday, the boy's attorneys asked the court to drop a second count of reckless homicide, calling it redundant. That will be decided next month. They've also asked bail be reduced to $100, the only money they say the boy has.
My team and I have spoken with him about his ability to post anything. He told us about piggy banks with savings that he had from gifts, from birthday gifts, and scavenging through cushions in the couch that he's been able to save up.
The judge did not reduce bail, keeping it at $50,000. If the boy is unable to post bail, he may remain in custody now and for the rest of his life. If convicted,
Oh, come on. Shalakia.
Was it loading?
I don't know. It's acting funny.
Con.
Oh, you guys got most of it. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's
Intentional
been
homicide. Reporting in Wauwatosa, Bruce Harrison, TMJ4 News.
kind. So you guys heard this. Now, this young man is 10 years old. I don't know if you guys heard about it. He's from Milwaukee. He was 10 years old. How are you gonna get charged as an adult? This is crazy. I mean, we know, like I say, they said his if you guys if you guys kept up with the case, because it was a few years back, they believe he had autism and stuff like that, and he wasn't all the way there. So who knows what he was thinking when he shot his mom in the face. But again, this goes to show you. Can I get the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6?
Con.
Baba Kusha.
Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
Con.
This is the book of
Woo.
Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 6. When you have it, say, Con.
Con. Yabashim Yabashabarakatah. What's going on, brother?
Oh, just telling y'all about some y'all Shabbat.
Good.
Dang, I forgot the verse that quick. Proverbs 22 and what?
Oh,
I
my
got it,
bad.
Doc.
Salaki. Just happy to hear from you, brother.
Can you
Proverbs
hear me?
chapter 22 and 6.
Oh, Con,
Again,
what you say?
Captain?
Yeah, I'll get this one. This is Proverbs chapter 22 and verse
Oh,
6.
okay.
Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Con. So we don't know what was going on, but Um, if you listen to his aunt and everyone, the mom played around with him. She let him just play video games. She wasn't really raising him to be a man. I forgot about where his father was located, but again, she was spoiling him. She used to let him go on her her phone and just order stuff. So again, train up a child in the way he should go. So why are you surprised he went to go get a gun and put it in your face? These kids, everyone, you cannot play with these children. Okay? They will grow up and kill you. They will grow up and harm you, and that's with anything, but especially a child in this day and age. These kids are exposed to tremendous things. You cannot sit that child in front of a tablet or a computer and think that this child is going to be a Hebrew Israelite.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So raise a child up and the way he or she should go, not just men, and the way he or she should go, and he will not depart from it. So for the kid to be, I felt so sorry because once I saw that he shot his mom in the face and they arrested him, I knew they was going to trial this man as an adult. He's never getting out of jail. The little boy just turned 10. No, I mean, some of you may disagree with me on this, but I don't believe a child that's 10 or 9 years old. That's young. Let's get him therapy or something. They're gonna send this so-called black man to jail the rest of his life because he didn't get something from his parents. But if his mom
The
was a
like it.
he
Was it a little Israelite boy
was a Hebrew
Caucasian?
Israelite.
Oh, man.
I mean, you know what's going on today. People are raising their kids using tablets and sitting their child in front of a computer all day. And then they go
Right.
to school and get sat in front of a computer. And some of these kids are great hackers. We've seen what Generation Z did. So train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, and he will not depart from it. I mean, we got so many stories. The two girls that chopped their mom up in Georgia and dragged her body out and threw it in the street. Like there's 100 stories about this. Okay, so don't be that person. Let me get Psalms. I just wanted to play this because this is what's going on. This is the distraction. This is the callousness. This is why we have these classes. This is why we have the Wednesday, the Thursday, the Saturday, because we keep playing these classes for you guys to get in your mind that someone is out there playing with us and they're doing it by getting through our children. You have to raise these kids, not them. And what we mean by them, that's the school system, that's the daycare system. You just had and this is an Israelite. She's a 7th grade, 8th grade teacher. She just got caught giving 13-year-old hickeys on her neck. She would tell her to cut Jim, and her and the little girl go in the closet and make out. And this is the 13-year-old with another Israelite female. You know, and she's in jail right now, but this is what's going on. So we got to talk to these kids. So let me get the book of Psalms, chapter 127, verse 3.
God. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 127, and verse number 3. Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward.
God. So, I mean, you know, enough said. Children are the heritage of the Lord. So you have to take this. I think the problem is we as a nation of people, well, this country has desensitized women from being mothers because once a man lay with a woman, I'm not getting off the subject, but once a man lay with a woman, it's her body. If you're not married to that woman, you have nothing to do with her. So with that being said, that brings a certain callousness to men. That brings a certain distraction. But it's a reward. It's a heritage of the Lord. But as this country has put this on us, it's changing everyone's viewpoint. So men, ladies, when you lay, just know you can have a child and try your best to co-parent. Better yet, just be married. Stop having all this casual sex. You know, I don't want to go into something crazy, but you know, that's what's going on. And you're gonna see when we start talking about this, Dakara Thompson, this is what's going on out there. Hold on, Shalakia. Okay, I will, sister. I send it to you. So again, Proverbs 22 and 6, Psalms 127 and 3. All right. So it's sad that the 16-year-old shot her mom 7 times. Nobody knows what went wrong with that. But more than likely, they were doing TikToks together. They was always doing things together. And one last thing, men, ladies, your children are not your friend. Okay, your children are your children. They're not your friend. You can't be kicking it with them. Y'all can't be having sleepovers and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, come on. So that get into that whole nature boy spirit. You know what Nature Boy did? That dude. I don't think he ever getting out of prison. So let's talk about. You got anything, Cap?
Yeah, Khan. I'm trying to look to see because I know you wasn't able to play the full video, right?
With the 10-year-old.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Let me find that one. Yes.
Before you get on to the next topic.
Con.
What's the next topic after this?
We're gonna go into Dakara Thompson.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can find the video.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. Give me a second, Cap. I'm gonna pull it up. Because I probably should have pulled that one up on YouTube instead of pulling it up on the news. Sometimes when you pull it up on the news, it uses too much bandwidth, and I believe
Yeah,
that.
they'll try to. Yeah, but that's crazy. Even in that, it shows like let me get a quick precept, Hawk. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 21.
Deuteronomy 21. I
Yeah,
found it too.
you got the video?
Yeah, I got
All
it.
right, you can share it.
Want me share the video?
Yeah, share the video. Then we'll go
Okay.
into scripture after.
Oh, hold on. That's a weird version. So like, let me get this one right here. This one is for 35 seconds. Here we go. All right.
Chilling
Salakia.
detail.
All right. You said share it?
Yeah, you can share the screen so everybody
Okay.
can see it.
Fine. Give me a second. Okay, Sharon.
Details from Milwaukee. Chilling new details from Milwaukee. A 10-year-old boy accused of shooting and killing his mom because she wouldn't buy him a virtual reality headset. This deadly shooting happened last Monday at the boy's home. Police say one day after shooting his mom, the boy purchased the headset from her Amazon account. The criminal complaint says the boy's grandmother said he told her, quote, "I'm sorry for killing my mom," then asked if his Amazon package had arrived.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our
I know this seems fake, but this is real. He still ordered the Amazon packet.
Mm.
You know, and I think I mean he's 10 years old. I don't know. That's crazy. That blew my mind. Pause when I heard that. I was like, what? He's 10 years old? And I don't know if he thought he already had a virtual reality, but if you his aunt was saying that you know, he has some issues. And he clearly does have some underlying issues, you know. Let me play the aunt thing. Cause they had her aunt on there. Family opinion. Okay, here we go. I'll play this one.
You're not going to believe what happened.
Salaki.
Tell me everything. I'll show you. Oh,
Because I know it seemed unbelievable.
it's right. I used AI blocks to list all the tasks. New at 5 for the first time.
Okay, so we're gonna play his. You mind if I play the family member?
Yeah, Con.
All right, so people can get some background on this. Salakia.
We are hearing from the family of a 10-year-old being charged as an adult for killing his mother.
This happened just more than a month ago at their home near 87th and Hemlock. Our Uba Ali joins us live now after speaking with his aunt and grandmother. And Uba, what a painful time for the family.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're holding on to the great memories they shared with Kiana, man. They remember her as the life of the party, someone who adored her children. That's why they say this makes it extra difficult.
It's hard because she's supposed to be here.
That thought keeps Laretha Mann and her family up at night. It's a tragedy that cuts deep.
I can't believe he did it.
Her 10-year-old grandson is accused of killing his mother, Kiana Mann, at their home in the early hours of November 21st. Detectives say the boy told them he got the gun because he was mad at his mom for waking him up at 6 in the morning and that she would not allow him to order a virtual reality headset from Amazon. Did you ever think your nephew was capable of this?
No, absolutely not.
Rhonda Reed still has a hard time understanding why her nephew, according to prosecutors, planned the murder of his mother the night before.
He was upset about these devices being taken.
Rhonda says her nephew started going to therapy more than a year ago. He was diagnosed with mood and conduct disorder, and part of his treatment plan was to limit his use of electronics. Do you think he, as a 10-year-old, understands what he did?
I don't think he understands the brevity of what he did.
From juvenile detention, Rhonda says her nephew has told her he's blocked out what happened that morning and shifts the conversation.
When he calls, he's just like, make sure like all of my tablets and my laptops and everything that is mine is properly packaged.
Do you think he should be charged as an adult?
That's a really difficult question. I do understand how they were able to come up with that type of charge.
He needs to pay for what he done.
Rhonda believes the best place for his safety and for others is in jail, but with help.
No matter what happens with him, I'm not sure that in this state that he would receive proper care anyway.
Both women say there is no closure in a situation like this one.
There are no winners in this situation.
Darn, they just throw him under the bus.
Mm.
That's crazy. What do you mean you don't understand? He doesn't understand. He's going through therapy. He's seeing things, hearing voices, and then he goes in the. How did he go in her lockbox? So she had a key to it. These are all the questions. Even there's judgment for the young lady, but. And I understand what the little kid did, but they just said he was playing a lot of video games. He may not have been in reality, and he's hearing things and stuff like that. So I think the therapy at the most, you know, the mental hospital. That's that was a hard one right there. You never heard about that case?
No, I didn't hear about that. I heard about another one. This one is crazy. I think this is what I think she was like 15. No, a 10-year-old girl shoots mother in the face 5 times in front of her grandmother.
Oh my God. No, I didn't hear about that one. Where
Yeah,
was that?
Huh?
Imagine being able to build an app with your neighbor.
Jesus Christ. Where was that?
Let me send you this one right now. And she's a known dancer in TikTok as well, like social media and all of that stuff. So let me send you this as well. And then we
They
can
ain't
go
the
over
same
it.
one. Is this ain't the one from Galveston, Texas, is it?
No, I think this one is different.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, this one is different. I'm like, Texas?
This is crazy. And this is part of the class, everyone. The distraction and the callousness. All this stuff comes out, and we hear about it, we're like,
Wait, you talking about the chick from Texas?
yeah, the one that shot her mom 7
A
times.
couple of days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
That's what you're talking about? Yeah,
Yeah.
that one was crazy. Right. That's right. Shot us, yeah, Galveston, Texas. And the guy did a report on it. He was like, man, I don't even know what happened. They seemed pretty happy, but that was her peer. She probably got mad at her about something.
Yeah, let me share this one real quick. This is the one I'm talking about right here.
Come on.
Let me share this
one.
Can y'all see the screen?
John. Yeah, that's her.
I gotta think of a way to get this money by tomorrow. I'm trying to see how I can get your daddy to pick you up by tomorrow. I gotta think of a way to get this money by tomorrow. Huh? I gotta think of a way to get. Huh? I gotta think of a way to get this money by tomorrow. I'm trying to see how I can get your daddy to pick you up by tomorrow. Huh? I'm trying to see how I can get your. Huh? I'm trying to see how I can get your daddy to pick you up by tomorrow. Hell, I'm trying to do hot girl shit.
I look 12.
Mommy, but you aren't 12.
But I look 12. This ain't cute to be looking 12 at my age. That's the point. Yeah, I just had to take the money in my life. My stomach was.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
Get the hell up out of here.
I was questioning, like, why? Why would you do this to your own mama? I just can't believe she's gone, for real. When you got the news, I was devastated. Devastated. Didn't want to believe it. Would do anything for her kids. She was very spiritual, very into God, changed her life around for God. I just want to know what really, what caused for that to get to this point to where you had to take your own mama's life.
The family is processing this loss, including other 4 children who are now without a big sister and a mom.
If a child is troubled, then a child is troubled. You can only help them so much. I was so mad at first, but as I got to talking to people and actually just thinking about what might have really happened, or mental health is real. It's gonna take me a lifetime to get over this.
Shortly before 8 p.m. on September 11th, officers with the Galveston Police Department responded to a residence in the 5100 block of Avenue Q following reports of a shooting. Upon arrival, they discovered an unresponsive adult female who had sustained multiple gunshot wounds.
Tragedy unfolding in a neighborhood in Galveston. Police say a 16-year-old is accused of shooting and killing her own mother. And now investigators are trying to figure out why. The shooting happened just before 8 o'clock last night at a home on Avenue Q near 52nd Street.
The victim was later identified as 34-year-old Tiamoya Moore, who was rushed to the University of Texas Medical Branch emergency room. Despite the efforts of medical personnel, she was sadly pronounced dead shortly after arrival, having succumbed to her injuries. Authorities also recovered a firearm at the scene. In a devastating twist, neighbors immediately identified the suspected shooter as Tiamoya's own 16-year-old daughter.
Tattoo?
Yeah, that's it on that arc.
Ooh. You see your tattoos?
Yeah. Have you seen that part of that video as well? Just based on your talk, where you're talking about with children shooting their own parents and everything. Let's get Ezekiel chapter 16. And let's get this real quick. Ezekiel chapter 16, and let's go to verse number. Salakia, can anybody hear me clearly?
Done.
Make sure.
We hear you loud and clear.
Done. Okay. Let's get Ezekiel chapter 16, and let's get verse number 44. Slacky, let's appoint him anyone I will call it. Let's start at verse 43. When anybody have to say Khan. Ezekiel 16 and verse number 43.
God.
And I'll also put it on the screen. Okay. It says, because thou hast not remembered the days of thy youth, but hast fretted. Khan, Slack, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I read it. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 43. Because thou hast not remembered the days of thy youth, but hast fretted men in all these things, behold, therefore I also will recompense thy way upon thy head, saith the Lord God. And thou shalt not, Shalaki.
Keep going.
Oh. And thou shalt not commit this lordness above all thine abominations. Shalaki.
Right. So the Lord said, I'm going to recompense upon you. Right. The Lord said, I'm going to recompense upon you. It's like, it's going to be like a boomerang. A judgment is like a ring. It's like a boomerang. Right. Read on.
God, verse 44. Behold, every one that visiteth Proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
You see how cold that is?
That's cold.
As is the mother, so is the daughter. Because who is the daughter learn that from? Her mother. Right?
God.
She's perpetrating gang life, shooting and killing, and I'm gonna call your daddy because I want to get my stuff on. I want to enjoy my life. You got me looking like a 12-year-old. But as the mother, you're acting like a child. God. And now what happens? Like you said earlier, you know, her daughter she treated her daughter like she's her best friend.
God.
And forgetting the role that she's the mother. And now her daughter became a dancing sensation on social media and twerking. God. So who is the daughter learning that from? She's learned that all from who? Her mother. Khan?
God.
Read the next verse, King.
Con. Thou art thy mother's daughter that loatheth her husband and her children.
Hey, didn't she say, hey, let me come and call your daddy to come pick you up?
Con.
Right?
Con.
That loatheth her husband, hateth her husband, and her children. You hate your children. Why? Because you're not leading them by example. Read on.
And thou art the sister of thy sisters, which loathe their husbands.
Right? Read on.
And their children, your mother was a Hittite, and your father an Amorite.
Right. It don't literally means that person mother was a heathen, father was a heathen. It means you're following the ways and the customs of the heathens.
God.
Right? For example, like the brother Hashar brought out earlier, Esau. You don't see how Esau children handle things and cursing their parents? F you, mom. It's like what you said, buddy. F you too, dad. Right? They be in the supermarkets yelling, looking all crazy and all of that stuff, making a lot of noise and all of that, cursing their parents. Like, that's the ways of the heathens. That's how they do things.
God.
Right? I was working today. We was doing some lawn, me and Blackbeard, and we seen this black woman. They had a daycare. You know, this black woman with her husband and everything. You know, beautiful family, and she has a daycare, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she had like about 5 children. I think 2 was black, 1 was Chinese, and 2 was white. Right?
Right.
So this is a couple, Israelite couple, husband and wife. But these are the 5 children they had. 2 was black, 2 was white, 1 was Chinese. And I'm seeing how she's dealing with the children, you know, making sure they're on point, they're in order and all of this stuff. And I'm like, damn, look at that. You have the little white kid. She's like, hey, you better hurry up. You better get things in order. Let's hold hands together. Let's move together as a team. And I'm like, wow, look at this, man. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, God.
And the father ain't got to do nothing. He's just chilling, relaxing. You know, the mother's the one that's governing pertaining to the children.
God.
And then when the father got something to say, he'll tell his wife, and then here and there on down to the children and all of that stuff. So I'm looking at the order of the household and everything. And I'm seeing our women when they're in order. You know, with the husband there as well, too. Everybody's in order. They're even taking care of the other nation's children while they're taking care of theirs at the daycare.
God.
And I'm looking at the little Edomite kid. I'm like, I know damn well. They're not used to their parents talking to them like that. You know?
Wow.
She's not talking to them like she's their friend. No, she's talking to them like a parent.
God.
You know? And then I thought about this one video, and this video is true. It came out last year. They did a little census about black families, mothers and fathers, right? And they asked all these Edomite kids, they asked them, who do you feel safe around?
I saw that.
You seen that video?
Yeah, I saw
Right.
that.
Who do you feel safe around? Black person or white person? Majority of the video, the kids will tell the truth.
God.
They say they feel more safe around a black person.
God.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So as a parent, train up your child in the way they shall go. Don't try to be their damn best friends and all of that stuff. Nah, do your part as a parent. Guide them, instruct them, you know, nurture them, you know, and lead by example, because your actions is what they're going to see. Forget your words. It's how you display yourself. Now you got to deal with this sister that killed the mother, 16 years old. You know? And unfortunately, she led a bad example.
She
Now you
did.
got to deal with the kid that killed their parent. And more than likely, they probably learned that from the parent somehow, some way. Somebody in their family learned that from. You know? Because a child, they're like a sponge.
God.
Whatever's around them is what they take. Whatever actions that they see is what they absorb and they follow after. You know? And any other precepts you want to bring out before you switch to the next topic?
I think that was it.
Okay, Khan. I got this one right here. I got 2 more.
Okay, go ahead, Ken.
Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 21.
Okay. 21.
Yeah, Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse number 18.
This is a
And
book.
Salakia, anybody on the call, any points you want to add on to the topic, here and there, this and that, we can open the floor soon enough as well. Any precepts, brothers and sisters, anybody got that they want to add onto the conversation, you can do that as well. Just make sure you in DC and in order. Khan?
And you say Salakia.
Khan, make sure you say Salakia. Right? Which in Hebrew, Salakia in English means like, excuse me,
Khan.
Oh, pardon me, Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse number 18.
God, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, verse 18. When everyone have it, say, gone.
Gone.
All right. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastised him, will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out unto the elders of his city and unto the gate of his place. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones.
Wait, hold on, brother. Read that again. That's in the law.
God, it's book of Deuteronomy.
This is how Israel dealt with their rebellious children.
You want me to start from the top, King, or start at 20?
You can go to verse 20, King.
Okay. It's book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, verses 20. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear.
So that was in the law, right? We as Israelites, we did not tolerate rebellious children at all. They had to be in order. Khan?
Khan.
Let's get Exodus chapter 20.
Khan.
And then I'll get one more precept and then I yield out.
Khan.
Let's get Exodus chapter 20. And let's get verse number. They said it's the 10 Commandments. Well, a lot of people's forgetting this part right here. Exodus chapter 20, and let me see, honor thy mother and thy father. Or should we go there? Yeah, let's get verse number 12.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 12, and everybody have it? Say, Khan.
Khan.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Khan. It says, honor your mother and your father, right? So the Lord can bless you. You can have a long life, basically.
Khan.
Right? Not to shoot them, not to kill them. Khan.
Khan.
Even Yahweh Shai honored his mother and father. When they was looking for him, he was lost. And they found him. He was battling back and forth with the Pharisees in the synagogue or in the churches. And it was like, hey, where you been? We was looking for you. He said, hey, don't you know about my father's business?
Yeah.
Right? But he still came back home with them and followed them and did what they told him to do, but according to righteousness. God?
God.
He still did his part, still did his duties, even though he was the Messiah. He still listened to his parents. He still honored them because he obeyed the law. Right? He didn't shoot Joseph or Mary in the face when they got him mad.
Right? That part.
Okay? Right, that's crazy, man. Let's get Proverbs chapter 30.
Proverbs chapter 30.
Yeah, let's get Proverbs chapter 30 and let's get verse number 11.
You said Proverbs chapter what again?
Proverbs chapter 30, verse number 11.
Okay. Con. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 11. Everybody say Con. There is a generation that curseth their father and doeth not bless their mother.
That's how you know this the last generation, man. Because this the generation.
Yeah, Con.
They don't respect their parents. Right? But what's cool about that is that they learn from their parents.
Yeah, that part.
Because their parents learn from their parents. Huh?
I said, yeah, that part.
God.
Each one teach
Right?
one. Mm-hmm.
God, each one teach one. That's why we got to set that example. In the times that we in, we got to correct them. We got to set that example. That's why Esau tried to set up so many laws that you can't beat your children. Your children got an issue with you, they're gonna call ACS on you or DCFS in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Well, Hashar was talking about earlier with the teacher kissing a little girl. You know, when parents would have walked in that school and whooped that damn teacher's behind and drag her all throughout the damn floors from first grade to 12th grade. And beat the brakes off her. And what's happening? She's promoting LGBT on your child. This whole generation, everything is finished, man. Us as Israelites, we the last hope.
That's it.
Yeah. Let me get one more, King. Mark 13 and 12. And then I'll yield.
Mark 13 and 12.
Done. Let's get Mark chapter 13 and verse number 12.
Con, this is the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 12. And everybody got it? Say, Con. Now the brother shall betray the brother to death, and the father the son, and children shall rise up against their parents, and shall cause them to be put to death.
And shall what?
And shall cause them to be put to death.
So this is what Yahushua is saying. This is prophecy of what's going to happen in these times. It says, and children shall rise up against their parents and shall cause them to be put to death. They didn't both videos show that the child killed the parent?
Con.
So this is biblical prophecy. This is what we're living in right now. That's why we got to be that example in Proverbs 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way that he shall go. Spare not the rod. Right? Don't allow these devils to try to manipulate you and not governing and teaching your child the correct way in righteousness, according to the laws and commandments. Con?
Con.
All right, so let's lead by example. Are you okay?
Con. And like the captain was saying, we have to, you got to realize this is not the 80s and 70s, so do not beat your kids with no extension cords, okay? Do not beat your child with an extension cord, and make sure you beat them. If you do hit them on their butt, because CPS will be at your door like a fly to poop. I'm telling you. Don't hit them kids in the face. If you do, put a rag on your hand and slap the crap out of them. But I promise you, you put a bruise on them, CPS will be at your door, and you will be investigated for anywhere from 40 to 60 days. All right. So again, do as the scriptures say, but use wisdom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So do as the scriptures say, but use wisdom, all right?
Right.
Now, if you're in an all-black neighborhood, you good. You know what I'm saying? You in a black Walmart, you good. You in a black supermarket, you good. But if you in Harris Teeter, boy, you better not hit that child. All right. And if you do, take him to the minivan. All right, take him to the minivan. That's what I used to do.
Hey, one more thing. I just thought about it in Deuteronomy 21, right? When it says you got a rebellious child, and it says the whole nation supposed to stone them. That's how you know this Bible belongs to us. Because don't all people do that today?
Yeah, yeah.
That
So,
one child that get in trouble, he's getting his behind whipped by his moms, his pops, his uncle comes in and hear what happened. He's whooping his behind. His aunt
yep.
comes in.
Everybody get a piece.
All right, everybody get a piece.
Everybody get a piece out, and that's how you know it's his book. And the man
Good.
off what the captain was saying. You know, when your mom and dad say, "I'm gonna bring you in this world, I'm gonna take you out."
Right.
There you go. So again, um, use wisdom, Israel. Hit them kids, but if your son is 17 and you still got to be hitting on him, you probably need to give him to your uncle.
Right.
And again, one more other thing, we have to bring back the family institution. So, let them meet your brothers, let them meet your sisters. Stop hiding these kids from everybody because your sister picked on you when you was younger, or your brother did something to you. Make up. We got the Day of Atonement coming up. You know, so again, this is some powerful stuff. I know we making fun and everything, but the girl shot her mom 7 times in the face in front
Crazy.
of her mom. Like, what you gonna do? Yeah, I'm killing your daughter. That's crazy, you know? And then the young boy, he shoots his mom in the face. All these face shootings, and this sister and that young brother, he gone. They're going to jail forever, you know? And God knows what's gonna happen to her. She got tattoos, she's twerking and stuff. They ready for her. So again,
Come.
please take this seriously. Of course, we're gonna, have a little fight and stuff. Say again.
No, you good, Ken.
Oh, so Khan. So yeah, so the cap and I wanted to touch on that because the stuff that's going on in the world is crazy. And we was talking, over the weekend about, what the topic is going to be, and or last week, and we're going to talk about this, the Cara Thompson. I mean, it's a really short and, to the point, but why was this young lady judged? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things out there. All right. So the Cara Thompson is a young lady, and she's an Israelite, and she grew up in Maryland. Okay. She was 19 years old. And from what I'm understanding, more stuff will come out. Her mother, her father and her mother, I guess, were co-parenting. And she was over her father's house. And the story goes at 7:39 p.m., hey dad, I'm going to the store to get some gas. Next time you see this young lady, it's three in the morning and she's getting in some stranger's car. All right. Let's play the video on her real quick. And then we can talk about it. Shalakia. See. That's the different one.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's some wild stuff that happened. So we're gonna get the news clipping and talk about it. See, this thing be acting real funny. Where's it at? Shalakia.
Go.
Okay. Yes.
Let's see it on the comment section.
It's not taking too long. Shalakia. That's why I should have played it on YouTube. I wanted to play it from the news so everybody sees it's authentic. But here we go. Shalakia, give me a couple more seconds, everybody.
Go.
Oh, my internet acting slow. Yeah, this is crazy. Shalom, Elder.
Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom, Elder.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull this video up on the Cara Thompson. My internet is acting
Well,
up.
send it to me.
Shalom. I'm back in New York, yeah.
Good.
Good.
For a second year. Hey, you know I love getting them papers, man. Today in the paper, man, Trump said, you know, with the whole Charlie Kirkland thing, he said he's putting a list together, of all the extremists. He's coming after them.
Oh my God.
All right.
Trump.
God.
God, we hear you, Elvis Rod.
Yep, that's what he said. When that list together, he coming after them. You know we on that list, King.
God, Elder, top class.
God.
That redneck bastard.
Yeah, crazy. All over this face dude.
If you have dementia,
Oh,
try this
citrus face
elephant trick
devil.
tonight before going to bed. Why has no one told you that memory?
And we start the exam with a five.
All right, I got it.
Yeah, you can share the screen, Doc.
Oh, I can play it. I can play it.
Good.
This thing acting all crazy.
Man, Trump.
Well, I tell you, they love. Boy, he love that dude, Charles.
Right.
I'm like, that's like, is that your boyfriend?
Georges County, the man accused of murdering 19-year-old Dakara Thompson is due.
Hold on, what's that? Salakia.
It's missing for almost 2 weeks.
Is it playing?
Double click on the screen. It should be playing.
Okay.
Okay, I see it now.
Oh, let me
Carter
turn.
Thompson murder investigation.
I'm gonna turn my video off. Sometimes it makes it act all up.
Okay.
Oh, that's the one I don't want. Hold on. Man. Hold on. Salakia. Okay. Man, Satan busy tonight. Jesus. All right. Let me not share it, and then let me go into it one more time.
All right. Well, if you got to, send me the link, Doc.
Okay.
It seemed like my connection is going good. So the currently. Well, this is the one you was talking about, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. But I think
Yeah.
right here. My bad. I had it on the wrong one. This is the one I want. Okay, I'm sharing it right now. Salakia. Okay, here we go.
Fox 5 exclusive. A neighbor of the suspect accused of killing Dakara Thompson talking tonight about the suspicious behavior he says he saw from the suspect in the aftermath of her disappearance.
And it comes on the same day that suspect appeared in the courtroom. Fox 5's Shamari Stone live tonight in Bowie with this exclusive. Shamari?
Well, tonight, that neighbor tells me that he is shocked just days after this case unfolded. I want to show you how close he lives next to the suspect's house. You see right here, this is where the neighbor lives. And right here, this is the home where 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez Mendez lived. And police served a search warrant here at the suspect's house. They say they found blood stains, women's lingerie, hair from a wig consistent with one Dakara Thompson wore, and a fingernail that matches the one missing from Dakara's hand.
Yeah, Shamari. So I've lived next door to these people for years.
Cody is breaking his silence after he says he talked to Prince George's County homicide detectives about the murder of 19-year-old Dakara Thompson.
It is the first time.
Man, he looked like a suspect.
Right.
I'm speaking publicly about this. Like I said, I live directly next door. I was 40 feet away from where the attack happened.
Living next door to suspect 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez Mendez, the alleged illegal immigrant who police say killed Dakara Thompson inside his bedroom in this home in Bowie, Maryland. Cody tells me he stepped outside his house early morning on August 23rd and saw something burning in the suspect's backyard.
The smell, it's different. It's not brush smell. It smells more like something you'd smell akin to like a trash burning or something like that. I would be willing to bet that they were burning evidence of some sort. I know that when I told the detectives this, I know that ash pile that was back there is no longer back there.
And Cody wonders why Hernandez Mendez wasn't already in jail. ICE officials telling us he's in the country illegally. U.S. Park Police arrested him in April on a DUI, but for some reason he was released. Dakara Thompson's mother saying that's disappointing.
I'm very disappointed, finding that out now, because we may not be here today if they did what they were supposed to do.
Detectives say Dakara was seen on surveillance video entering the front passenger side of Hernandez Mendez's SUV in a parking lot on University Boulevard around 3 o'clock in the morning on August 23rd. Her father telling investigators she had texts saying she was going to get gas. Those were her last known whereabouts before her body was discovered off Route 50. An autopsy reveals Dakara had skull and facial fractures.
Being 40 feet from a murder is something.
All right, Esau. Now you guys saw that video, right? And
Yeah.
so it's like, all right, she went to the gas station, but wait, there's more. Now, the dude is Guatemalan, and he had a cousin that lived there, and his cousin was married. So I'm gonna say it again. Dude was from Guatemala. He had a cousin that lived there, and his cousin was married. His cousin's a male, and he's married to a female. You know how cousins get down. Just throwing that out there. And so with that being said, it's more to this. She said she went to the gas station. She never went to the gas station. So let's see what this one of his other brothers had to say, and then we'll go ahead and get some scriptures out. So I'm gonna bring this out. This is a pretty good one because a lot of people are getting past what, even though it was wrong, but she got judged and he's getting judged. So here we go.
Story coming out of Maryland. Now this part 2. Now I'm gonna show y'all the video on this for the women and the people who said, "Oh, stuff don't add up. She got snatched from the gas station and all this and all that." She never went to the gas station. She never went to the gas station. That was just the excuse that she gave her father, and by her father having to talk to police, he told them what his daughter told him. So she never went to this gas station. And for those of y'all who coming in the comments thinking y'all know, I know this already. Just because the truth is something hard to bear doesn't mean it's the truth. Y'all trying to make so many excuses of what happened, why it happened. It is caught on camera. She clearly parked her car and walked over to this man's car. This man did not snatch her. This man did not take her. She willingly did this. Willingly.
Happened to Dakara Thompson after she got into a car in this parking lot is both deeply disturbing and very sad. Court documents say surveillance camera video captured 19-year-old Dakara Thompson as she parked her Ford Edge SUV and made her way on foot to this parking lot behind a Family Dollar store on University Boulevard in the Langley Park area. It was 3 a.m., almost 5 hours after she'd left her father's Lanham home, saying she was going to get gas in her car. Court documents say video shows she approached the driver.
And it was 3 a.m. That's the Shabbat, FYI.
Side of a black Yukon Denali, talks to the driver for a minute, then gets into the front passenger seat. Worried family members report her missing. They find her car, but not her phone. They search relentlessly, but do not find Dakara. On August 31st, Maryland State Police troopers responding for an unrelated disabled vehicle found her nude body on an embankment of the South River in Annapolis. On September 4th, 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez Mendez of Bowie was arrested and charged with Dakara's murder. He was known to drive a black Yukon Denali XL with Maryland tags. According to court documents, cell data and video surveillance confirm the movements of Thompson and the movements of that black GMC Yukon Denali are consistent with moving together. Hernandez Mendez was arrested near a home on Cambridge Drive in Bowie, where he rented a room. Police believe Dakara Thompson was killed there. Detectives stated a roommate told them he heard the defendant in his room the morning of the 23rd having sex with a woman who, quote, did not seem to be having a good time. At a press conference to announce the arrest, County Executive Aisha Braveboy noted the defendant was in the U.S. illegally and had recently been in federal custody. I think that
All right. So I don't even know what that means. He talking about she wasn't having a good time. I mean, what does that even mean? Does that mean she was being harmed? So there's more videos, but basically everyone, she was
That means King. That means that nigga was listening hard. That's what it means. I mean, that nigga be listening to Dava. You know what I mean? That's what it means. That's wild.
well, Elder, that's what I was saying is like, we all was young and had cousins and stuff. So, there's a saying, ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Now, I believe the young lady was selling and the cousin wanted some. Wife got involved. That's why that girl head got fractured and she probably went crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's my belief because why would you lie to your dad? Everybody, you're 19, and I looked it up. She did not have a job, and everybody's following these OnlyFans girls going to Dubai, getting pooped on for 15 grand. The sexy reds, the Glorillas, all this little stuff that's out here, Cardi B's and stuff. So, from what I'm gathering, because one of her friends came out and said she said some things. She said, y'all don't know, but she said, even if my friend was selling butt, that doesn't justify the fact for this man to kill her. So this man is Guatemalan and he's from the tribe of Zebulon. So let's get a couple scriptures on what the Most High don't like. So let's go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 29.
19 and 29?
Fine.
Okay, I got it. Gone.
Good.
Okay. I got it. Can y'all see the screen?
Yes, we can see the screen cap.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness.
Con. So again, she's not supposed to be out here. Now, some of you say, well, how do you know, brother? Well, okay, fine. Let's just say she wasn't selling anything. That's not her husband. You can't go up 3 o'clock in the morning having casual sex at 3 a.m. with a house full of people and you don't even know who else was in there. All right. We know how the Northern Kingdom get down. No shots out to the Northern Kingdom, but y'all like to party to like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I've been to some of them parties. And I'm not saying because we all don't know who was in that house. She clearly got ran through. RP to the young lady. But she got a swift judgment. Even if she wasn't selling, do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore. And I'm not saying her father knew about this, but this is what's going on, young ladies. You cannot be out here past 10 o'clock at night with Tom, John, and Harry thinking you're going to be all right. You too thin to win. You too small to brawl. You're not going to, you can't do this by yourself. This is why we keep trying to bring scriptures out for you women, definitely you women out there, and the men as well. Okay, not to be having no casual sex or just leisure time. One of my commanders when I was stationed in Germany, this guy was a jerk. But if you came on that post past 2300, which is 11 p.m., you had to go see him early in the morning because he said his grandmama told him there's nothing good past 11 o'clock. And you know what? He was absolutely right. There's nothing good past 11 o'clock. If you are a young lady and young man, but definitely a young lady, you should not be at the club or out there past 11 o'clock. You see what happened to this young lady. Now, that's pretty horrible. But apparently, she's getting her judgment. Let me get, and like I say, even if she wasn't prostituting, it's still a form of being a whore if you out here laying with different men, having illicit relations. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17 through 18. Baba Kusha.
Deuteronomy 23, verse 17 through 18, right?
Khan.
Okay, Khan. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, and verse number 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel,
God.
nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Verse number 18. Thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore or the price of a dog into the house of the Lord thy God for any vow, for even both these are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
God. So again, that's judgment. Okay. And the brother from the northern kingdom, if he is from the northern kingdom, that's a swift judgment on him. Because you can't be graping people.
So,
Go ahead.
Lucky, I have precept for that. Leviticus 18.
God.
Going to be Romans 1:27.
Okay, Con.
What
We'll,
is
we'll
it?
get that after. We'll
Okay.
get that after. We
What?
got you, sis.
God.
That's a good one, too.
You got it? The Romans? You got it?
Con.
Okay. So
You finish?
no,
What you
I'm gonna keep explaining and then you can bring it. I
Okay.
just want to make sure you
Con.
okay. Divided for the precept, sister. So again, there should be no whore. The daughters is guys. We got to understand. Okay, you cannot have casual sex. It is wrong. This is why things are all jacked up right now. Some of us are guilty of doing it, but by some of my Sheikh side, we have repented. We had Day of Atonement, and we're getting past that. That young lady had and I know her father is just dying right now. I could imagine. I can't imagine my baby, my baby girls going to the gas station, and now I'm finding them dumped under a bridge, butt naked. I don't know. I'll be on TV right now. You know what I'm saying? And crying my eyes out after I done did what I did. But somebody got to get it. Pause. Somebody got to get it. That's my princess. But again, her father, he's hurting right now because he could have, but it was 7:30. Dad, I'm going to get some gas. And she's gone for 5 hours. He was blowing her up. You know why he was blowing her up? Because he know his daughter. And that's probably why she was staying with her dad. Her mom was like, look, I can't do nothing with her. Take her. He was like, well, shit, she's 19. What am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm just speculating, but she did something. And more than likely, that's her judgment. So again, if you guys have daughters out here, and we're not trying to scare anyone, but she's up here messing with these guys who they call immigrants. It's their country. But anyway, they're illegal immigrants. We know the Northern Kingdom, they work, they're strong like an ass. They work like crazy. He had that paper. You know what I'm saying? He over there doing whatever he was doing to her. And like the elder said, old boy was listening in. He was like, oh man, I gotta get a piece of that. He running there. His wife, like, what are you doing, Padre? What are you doing? He's like,
Pedro
what?
Jesus, cállate.
All right.
Ay, Dios
Get her
mío.
out of here. Going all in. And they went ahead. I ain't stereotyping, but all of a sudden there's a knife, and it's like, oh, there's all sorts of stuff going on.
Right.
And then it's probably like three dudes in the closet, like, hey man, well, we here. She had her ribs broken and her face fractured.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? So I mean, what does that sound like? That sound like the girl jumped on her and just started beating her face.
Yeah,
I got
force.
one story. When I was in the Army, I was pulling CQ. It's called Charges Quarters. It's Fort Hood, Texas, right? This is where everybody be getting raped at and stuff. So I'm in the Army and I'm 21 years old and I'm pulling CQ. And all of a sudden, this girl, she says, my boyfriend won't let me in the room or something like that. And we was like, what? So we go to the room and he was like, yeah, man, he was like, oh, so we pushed her off to the side. And he was like, yeah, I got company. And we was like, oh, you got company? He was like, oh, man. I was like, is this your girlfriend? He's like, nah, I broke up with her. And we was like, look, bro, whatever you do not open that door. Okay? I mean, we can't get rid of her. It was an open post at this time. So what did this guy do? We leave. The next thing we know, because, we had to get his report, she kicked the door in. Well, he cracked the door and it had like the little chain on there. I don't know where this girl got this strength. She just kicked the door and boom, he fell down. He couldn't get back up for about 3 minutes, but that's all she needed. Old girl was in the bed. She was naked. She took the shoe and put it in her head. She literally stuck the shoe in the girl's head. So
Wow.
yeah, we had to call the ambulance. And he's sitting there with the oh man, messed up look. The old girl went to jail. Now that's just one instance. I'm sure everybody has 1,000 stories. She could have killed that young lady because he was stupid and opened up the door when we told him don't open up the door. You know what I'm saying? So we don't, that sound like some rage. That woman, because they're lying. There's because you hear the cousin's wife, they went to go get the cousin. The cops got the cousin. So Hernandez, he's locked up, right? He's the one in charge. They found a bunch of stuff, but then they found some stuff in his cousin room. And I'm like, well, how they find stuff in his cousin room? And he got a wife. Who knows what was going on over there? It was some tomfoolery. Maybe old girl was trying to make extra money. Things got out of control. Maybe the wife came home and beat the crap out of her, or another dude was in there. But whatever it is, they're all lying. But they all getting judgment right now. Because now she's by herself with 3 kids with no job, and they about to deport both of them back to Guatemala. You know what I'm saying? It's all that because this young lady wanted to make some money instead of than getting a job. Because she didn't have a job at 19. Because if I was dad, I'm like, where you going at 7:30? Yeah, I mean, where you going? You ain't got no job. Where you going? The car? Oh, I'm going to go get some gas. Oh, are you? Okay, well, I'll come with you. Because apparently
Right.
I'm giving you money. I ain't okay. I'm not trying to say be overprotective fathers. It's not what I'm trying to say. But what I'm trying to say, father, be a father. You know what I'm saying? You know what these kids are up to. We can't save them all the time. It's a sad situation. But at the same time, sometimes once we put our guard down, we're going to lose them. And it ain't up to us, but I'm just saying, once you put that guard down, you can possibly lose that child. So just keep training them, keep pushing them, and eventually, if it's the Most High will, you know, that child will be around. It's like, go ahead, Ken. You got something?
Yeah, Khan. I got a quick precept.
Con, what you got?
Yeah, cause that's crazy, Yak. And we'll get Sister Nava's precept first. Romans chapter 1, verse 27. Let's get that first.
What was it? Roman, you said Romans chapter 1,
Yeah,
verse 27?
yeah. Sis, you wanted verse 27?
Con.
Con.
Okay.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 27. When everybody have it, say con.
Khan.
And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burnt in their lust one towards another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet.
Khan. Salakia, sis, you wanted this precept. What was the reason you wanted this one?
I had to get back to the screen. I was just looking at the Deuteronomy 23 and 17, and I seen precepts under that because I have the precept Bible as well.
Right.
And it's talking about men as well as it's talking about the women.
Khan.
Con.
Oh yeah, with the sodomy, with the men with the sodomy as well. Khan. That's a beautiful precept. Yeah, because like the brother Hashar was saying, he was found in his cousin room. Hopefully it wasn't no no foul play with them. You
Con.
know?
A good point.
Hopefully it wasn't no foul play with them. Men and men. You know, Jesus and Pedro. And then one tried to do something, and hopefully it wasn't no funny play. I would say that.
I got a couple of more precepts, but I'm gonna stick.
Okay, God. Yeah, we gonna hold off on it, sis. We're gonna hold off on it. You too quick, sis. I'm trying to catch up.
Right. And Con Salakia.
Good. King.
Yes, to your point about I thought that was odd because they keep saying that's his cousin and that that's his cousin's wife with the 3 kids.
Mm,
It almost struck me like the way they was worded, and I'm like, was that dude his lover?
mm,
And he walked in on that, and because that seemed like her face was fractured and her ribs was fractured, so that more than likely puts me in the that's a man that did that.
with that type of force, right?
Yeah, with that type of force blunt, like her whole face was crushed in.
Mm,
Why would you do that after you pay somebody? That doesn't make any sense. So I believe it's a cover up that they are fruit booties.
hmm.
And I think, that's just my, from just everything. Because, dude, it just seemed kind of suspect.
Like the
That's not,
stories ain't adding up.
yeah, just not adding up. Why her face get crushed? And, like that doesn't even make any sense. Like normally people will strangle them, you strangle the woman and stuff like that. But when it comes to the graping and it's like really bodily harm, a lot of times that's crime of passion or something personal. You
Uh,
know, yeah.
uh,
I
you had,
digress.
huh?
I said I digress. What you got?
You had any other precepts for this topic?
Um, no, that was
Okay.
yeah, that was it. I just wanted to well, hold on. Was that the next one? Shalaki, give me a second. Oh
Con.
yeah, I had a couple more. I was just gonna bring out also that that I gotta write my notes so I can keep me from cussing.
Mm,
So I was trying to say, her judgment, that's her judgment, and how this could easily have been prevented, but Israel is distracted and callous, and these laws, statutes, commandments we need to follow. So do not think being distracted and callous will not get you your judgment. The men who did this, according to the news, like we just discussed it, is from Guatemala, which is the tribe of Zebulun. They
right.
get judgment as well. You cannot grape a fellow Israelite nor any other nation. We have universal laws, and that is one of them. Grape. And remember the when Simeon and Levi they went ahead and defended
Dinah and Shechem. Genesis
exactly
34.
Con. So I put down Genesis 34, 1 through 2, and then I jumped to Genesis 34, 25 through 27. Or
Mhm.
you want me to read the whole thing?
Uh, I'll read Genesis 34, and then I got one as well too. I'll read Genesis 34, and then I'll touch on Deuteronomy chapter 22, and then we can go to Sirach 42 and 9.
Okay.
But I'll read Genesis. You said 34, verse 1 and 2, right?
Cap.
Okay, Con. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 34, verse 1. Let me just share the screen for everybody.
Con.
Slack it.
And then you said Sirach what?
Genesis 34, Sirach, no, Genesis 34, Deuteronomy 22,
Mm-hmm.
and Sirach 42 and 9. Sirach
Okay.
42 and 9 is a good one.
Okay. Con.
Yeah, Genesis 34 and verse 1. It says, And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her.
Con. So if everyone know the story, he graped her.
Con.
Now, that's Levi and Simeon. We all know who Levi is. That's one of the tribes, the first tribes to get free from all our captivity, right? They still being punished over there, but that was the so-called Haitians, the wild boys. All right. And then Simeon, the Dominican. All right. So let's drop down to Genesis chapter 34, verse 25 through 27, barbecue shop.
Con.
It's a lot.
34 verse. Yeah, go ahead, King.
So she was great. Okay. Now this is from heathens, but again, it's a universal law. So judgment is going to come. Now, even though Jacob was against it, but judgment is going to come. So let's get Genesis 34, verses 25 to 27.
Con. This is Genesis 34 and verse 25. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore, that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword and came upon the city boldly and slew all the males.
Judgment.
And they slew Hamor and Shechem, his son, with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went out.
God.
The sons of Jacob came upon the slain and spoiled the city because they had defiled their sister.
God. And this is how we feel as men. You know, somebody do something, especially to our sisters. You know what I'm saying? And definitely to our brethren. But you know, you can't mess with our sisters out. You know, and again, you know, we're getting away from that. I love this story because um you know, we get to kill some heathens, but at the same time, it's like, you know, the disrespectfulness, you know, and this is what's going on with people from other nations. They think they can do this to our daughter. You know, it's I forget how many women are missing right now. I think it's over 3,000 this year. I know last year, I can't remember, I'm having a brain fart, but every year it's always a ridiculous amount of Black women being kidnapped, and no one is looking for these sisters, you know? And it eats me up every day. You know what I'm saying? Every day you see on Facebook these sisters going missing, and then they turning up dead, which is a good thing that they found the body so people can have closure, but it's a sad thing that they lost it. You know what I'm saying? And this story goes into, even though it's about grape, but it's about loving your sister. It's about protecting. Okay. So again, you know, you dads out there, you brothers, you men out there, you know, let's get in order, you know, because judgment is coming. But if you showing your sister or you showing your brother in the right way, then they don't have to worry about that. You understand what I'm saying? And again, you know, it's sad what happened to the sister, Dakota Thompson, but she had to get judgment. So when these people die, don't think it's for, oh, they had free will. No, ain't no, listen, it was written. And again, if you play with fire, you get burnt. Everybody should know that. If you play with fire, you get burnt. Now's not the time to be like, oh man, I gotta I want to quit, you know? And like I told my wife and I tell my kids all the time, when I was in Iraq, I was afraid of bees, right? I ain't gonna lie, I was afraid of bees. And man, we had this shootout, and for some reason where I positioned myself, it was a whole mud wasp nest. And I mean, every time I shot, pop, 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 they came out. I was like, oh man, I was scared. And I was like, and the dude shooting at me, it was so crazy that I was about to fear these bees more than getting shot. Okay. So this is the type of fear we need to have for the Most High. You know, we need to fear these laws, statutes, and commandments and stop falling into this Christianity, into this man-made stuff. All right, so overland off on a tangent. So just, you know, we have to get back in order, and we have to chastise, and we have to talk to our young men and our young women and bring them back from being distracted and being callous, so they're not shooting us in the face. And us old heads, we need to have a little bit more patience with these children. I feel you on it. And you know, we got to have more patience with them. But I digress.
Hey, Salaki, if y'all could see the screen, just want to show y'all an example. The word defile, right? Similar meaning words for defile or grape. We're going to use the word, you know, grape just to. It says to make unfit for use by the addition of something harmful or undesirable. So grape is a synonym for defile and violate type topic, right? So another word for defile, they also talking about as grape as well. Khan? So what happened with Dinah, she basically got grape. And the thing was, if you read verse 1 in Genesis 34, it says she went to see her friends. That's where she went. She went to see her friends in verse 1. It didn't mention nothing about her trying to hook up with the man of Shechem. You see what I'm saying?
God.
Right? Yeah, she went to see her friend. That's what she went to do. She went to check
Con.
out her friends, you know, hang out and all of that stuff. Look, Genesis 34:1. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. Right? That was her
Mhm.
intention. But when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, so it showed what? He had rulership, he had status. Con?
Con.
He was a prince. Saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her. So that means he took her by force.
Con.
Con?
Con.
And look what happened. And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the damsel and spake kindly unto the damsel. So this is a one-sided relationship. He loved her, he forced her, he took her, he raped her. She didn't love him back. And remember, she's in his country. So he's the one that dictates and set up all the rules.
Con. It's a
Right?
lot.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and I meant to bring this out. So when the cat was stressing out that he went to the land of her daughters, remember, ladies, sometimes your girlfriend set you up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you brought that scripture back out. So you got to be careful. I knew this girl. She was 14, and I was in the army. And hold on, let me change this. She wasn't 14 when I met her, but she was 14 when this happened. Okay, just clearing it up. All right,
Right.
yeah, clear this up. Everybody be at my door, brother Hassan.
They about to say, you ever seen that meme with Drake? And they said the
Yeah,
girls he was messing with.
yeah.
They said, how old is she? He said, yeah, you know she's 50. 14? Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Right?
Then the
Yeah,
army start kicking through the door, flying down the damn houses.
yeah,
Yeah,
Drake. He
definitely clear that up immediately.
yeah. So no, I was I was not over 18, she was not 14. She told me a
Hell no.
story. She was in her 20s. But she told me a story when she was 14. She had a girlfriend, like a homegirl. And she went over the house, and it was this army dude used to come over all the time. And she said one day she came out of the bathroom and the army dude was in the room in the bed and the door was closed. And she was like, "What's going on?" And her girlfriend was in the other room. It was kind of like that players ball thing. But he went ahead and took it. And she said by the time she was like 15, 16, she just had like a nervous breakdown and passed out because she didn't want to tell nobody. So again, ladies, those are daughters of that land. So watch who you go out with. This is why you should not have no friends if you under 20. You ain't ready to have no friends yet. You can have some associates, but remember who you rocking with. I'm glad you brought that scripture back out because it said
That's a
the
good point, Ak.
yeah, because I'm
I didn't
like,
look at it like that. That's a good point.
con. Be careful who you say is your homegirl, because a lot of these women are jealous as well. You don't know how they being raised at the house. They could be raised like that 16-year-old that shot her mom 7 times. Okay.
God.
So prove your friends and prove thyself or prove your friends. I can't remember the scripture. I had a brain fart. But
Sirach 6 and 7. Yeah.
Con. So you have to prove your friend, all right? And you have to vet them. So don't just go over some lady house and be like, oh yeah, this is my homegirl Sheila. And then the next thing you know, a group of dudes come in and you the party.
Right.
Con.
Hey, speaking of that, I got another one.
Con.
Judges 19, just to show an example.
Judges 19?
Yeah. Let's get Judges chapter 19. This was when the Benjamites came in, boy. Rude boy, you know.
Good.
Rude boy.
All right, Judges 19. You want me to start from 1?
Yeah, Judges 19, but this also tied into judgment, right? Judges 19 and verse 1. Let's start at verse 1.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 19, verse 1. When everybody have it, say, Con.
Good.
And it came to pass in those days when there was no king in Israel, that there was no certain Levite sojourning on the side of Mount Ephraim, who took to him a concubine out of Bethlehem, Judah.
Right. So number one, there's no king in Israel, right? So there's no order, there's no structure. Everybody doing whatever the hell they want.
Mm.
And it's the last couple of pages of Judges, the last chapters of Judges, right? Read on.
Verse 2. And his concubine played the whore against him and went away from him unto her father's house to Bethlehem, Judah, and was there 4 whole months.
Right. So this is a Levite priest. His concubine played a whore against him, right? Now, he go chasing after her. Read verse 3.
Verse 3. And her husband arose and went after her to speak friendly unto her and to bring her again, having his servant with him and a couple of asses. And she brought him into her father's house. And when the father of the damsel saw him, he rejoiced to meet him.
Right, because the father was ashamed because of what her daughter did, what his daughter did, right? So long story short, he's trying to, make ends meet and, trying to fix the problem because no father want their daughter to shame them, right? No parent want their child to embarrass them, right? Because next thing you'll be a laughing stock, like in Sirach 25 and Sirach 26. From there, let's jump all the way down now. Verse 13.
Verse 13. The book of Judges, chapter 19, verse 13. And he said unto his servant, Come, and let us draw near to one of these places to lodge all night in Gibeah and in Ramah.
Right. So they needed a place to rest, right? Read on.
And they passed on and went their way, and the sun went down upon them when they were by Gibeah, which belongeth to Benjamin.
Which belongeth to who?
Benjamin.
Right. Gibeah belongs to Benjamin, right? If you look up like on the maps pertaining to Jerusalem in the ancient times, it'll show you the descriptions of Israel and where they had their land, their capital, and everything. It'll show you all the 12 tribes and where they had their lot, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and everything, and so on and so forth, right? So Gibeah belongs to Benjamin, right? Now, these ain't no regular type of Benjamites, boy. Right?
Good.
Boy, oh boy. So from there, I jump down to verse number 16.
God. Verse 16. And behold, there came an old man from his work out of the field at eve, which was also of Mount Ephraim. And he sojourned in Gibeah, but the men of the place were Benjamites.
Now you see, people, places, and things. Location is very important, right? He said the people, he sojourned from Mount Ephraim, but the people of the place were Benjamites. Now, jump all the way to verse 22.
Verse 22. Now, as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial,
Belial, right.
Belial,
Sons of Satan.
the water.
Mind you, wicked Israelites. Read on.
Of Belial beset the house round about and beat at the door and spake to the master of the house, the old man, saying, Bring forth the man that came into thy house, that we may know him.
So do you see who was their first target? They wanted the man. Like in the book of Genesis, chapter 19. With Sodom and Gomorrah, and the Lord sent the angels, right, to judge Sodom and Gomorrah, and they wanted to get Lot.
Right, they wanted the angels.
Right. They wanted Lot or the angels. They wanted a lot of angels. Right?
Good.
So they said, bring in the man. They're looking for the Levite priest. Read on.
Hold on for a second.
Go.
I lost Clubhouse. Give me a second. All right. Sorry about that, Clubhouse.
Okay, calm.
All right. So we're I'll leave off at
Verse 23 now.
23. Okay, time. This is the book of Judges, chapter 19, verse 23. And the man, the master of the house, went out unto them and said unto them, Nay, my brethren, nay, I pray you do not so wickedly. Seeing that this man is come into my house, do not this folly.
Right? Do not this folly. Right? Read on.
Behold, here is my daughter, a maiden, and his concubine. Them I will bring out now, and humble you them, and do with them what seemeth good unto you. But unto this man, do not so vile a thing.
So look how cold the Lord is. Judgment comes like a ring. The act of adultery she committed around the first two verses of the chapter, it came back to bite her when she least expected.
That's a good precept.
Right?
Done.
What happened there? The Lord, the Father knew how righteous the Levite priest was. And he knew if he would have gave up the Levite priest, the Lord would have destroyed his behind.
Done.
So what did he have to do? He had to make a tough decision and make the sacrifice because he knew his daughter was what?
Was an adulteress.
Not just his daughter. He knew his daughter was a thought.
God.
You see how we brought it with Genesis chapter 21? When you have a rebellious or a wicked child, the whole nation got to stone that child.
God.
Right? Read on.
God. But the men would not hearken. But the men, verse 25, but the men would not hearken to him. So the man took his concubine and brought her forth unto them, and they knew her and abused her all the night until the morning. And when the day began to spring, they let her go.
Right? So they basically ran a train on her. All night into the morning. Read on.
Then came the woman in the dawning of the day and fell down at the door of the man's house where her Lord was till it was light.
Right, read on.
And her Lord rose up in the morning and opened the doors of the house and went out to go his way. And behold, the woman, his concubine, was fallen down at the door of the house, and her hands were upon the threshold.
Right, read on.
And he said unto her, Up, and let us be going. But none answered. Then the man took her up upon an ass, and the man rose up and gave him unto his place.
So do you know what happened to that woman? She got molested to death. They ran a train on her all night long.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she got molested to death. Let me get one more, King. Sirach chapter 42.
And that's judgment.
And that was judgment. And same as with Issachar, or Slaki, not Issachar, you said Zebulon?
Yeah, Zebulon.
Yeah, he got his judgment too, because they gonna do him dirty in that prison, boy. They gonna do him dirty. All right, let me get Sirach 42 and 9. You want to say something?
No, you got it, King.
Khan.
42 and 9?
Khan.
I got it. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 42, verse 9. When everybody have it, say Khan.
Because remember, this is the story about what you was talking about with the video with the father. And the key thing in that point was what? She lied to the father.
God, she did.
See what I'm saying? That's why a child got to be honest with their parent. She lied to the father. And like you was speculating earlier, hey, she's probably staying with the father because if she would have stayed with the mother, it would have been like that video earlier with the 16-year-old girl. And the father would come more in with a more, disciplinary type of system.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But she lied to the father. She told the father she was going to the gas station and most likely probably coming right back. His job is supposed to protect her. But how can you protect somebody if they don't tell you the truth? They're lying to you.
Right. That part.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So look, this is a precept for that. Sirach 42:9.
Con, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 42, verse 9. The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep. When she is young, lest she pass away, the flower of her age, and being married, lest she should be hated.
See how cold that is?
Mm.
The father's up all night calling because he don't know where she's at. She said she went to the gas station. And she lied to him. And it says, when no man knoweth, nobody know what's going on. And the care for her taketh away sleep. He can't rest. He can't sleep. He's up all night thinking about her, thinking about her safety. Con? And it says when she is young, she's still a young girl. Lest she pass away, the flower for age. Right? Now she gets her flower. Now she's able to go around. Now she's getting hot. And, now she want to have sex and here and there, all of this stuff, right? And being married, lest she should be hated. Why? Because she's sleeping around with everybody. Read on.
Verse 10. In her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house.
You see? In her virginity, lest she should be defiled.
Mm.
And then gotten with a child in her father's house. Read on.
And having a husband, lest she should misbehave herself. And when she is married, lest she should be barren.
So you see it's showing the comparison. In her virginity, being a virgin, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house. Lest she's using her father's house to smash niggas multiple times and all of that. And running trains as a thought. So they're saying, I'd rather her be a virgin than be a damn piece of bread. And having a husband, which is her getting married, lest she should misbehave herself. Part of her misbehaving herself is what? She's sleeping around with everybody. Late at night. And when she is married, she get married, lest she should be barren. Now she can't bring forth children. Right? Read on.
Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter. I'm going to read that again.
Go.
Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude.
Con.
That was deep right there.
See how cold that is?
That was cold.
Keep watch over a shameless daughter. Right? Give her no passage. In Genesis 3:16, it says a husband had rule over the wife. Same as with the parent, with the children, especially with the daughter.
Right.
And it says what? Lest he's ashamed and what? Basically humiliated by who? The multitude. How is he humiliated by the multitude? Now, this story about his daughter is put on the news and his face is all over the place.
Yeah.
Con?
Yeah.
So now he's humiliated and ashamed by everybody all throughout the news. Because of what happened with his daughter. Let me get Sirach chapter 23.
Yeah, I know that man hurting over there.
Con. All right.
23 and
verse 18.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 23, verse 18. A man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me, I am compassed about the darkness, the walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins. That's a good one.
You see that?
Right there.
So what that brother did, in the dark, same as with the woman.
Con.
And thing is going to be hid. Ain't nobody going to see what you did. And now your face is all over the news. One is dead and the other one's going to prison.
Con.
You know? And it's also showed the Lord is not a respect of persons when it comes to judgment. He's not just judging the heathens, and then we always going to talk about the heathens, they're getting their judgment. We already know that's going to happen. He already talked about Charlie Kirk last week. Kasaya broke it out on a Wednesday class.
Con.
Right? The brother Karatazar, Captain Karatazar from HYDC, going to be talking about it too as well this Thursday.
Con.
Right? But we also got to address what happens with our people as well. You know?
Con.
And this is real. You know, the judgment of the Lord is not just a one-sided thing. It's universal. If y'all read the book of Amos, the Lord judging everybody in the book of Amos. Everybody getting their behinds with every nation. Israel, every nation.
God.
Moab, Ammon, Ishmael with Gaza, Esau, especially Esau. But every nation getting their judgment. Just read the book of Amos when y'all get a chance. It's like, I think like probably 12 chapters. It's easy to read to.
God.
You know? So yeah, just wanted to bring out those quick precepts. You know, the Lord is not a respect of persons when it comes to judgment. He's going to judge his people first, and our people is wicked.
God.
You know? So he got to get rid of them, because that's wicked as hell. Ayos.
God. Beautiful precept, brother. And like I say to that dad, hey man, we all praying for you. And dad he reported his daughter at 9 p.m. the next day. So he was worried like crazy. He reported her 9 p.m. that next day. You know what I mean? So for your daughter to leave at 7:30 at night and then she don't come back and you like, man, where is she? And then you say you don't know where she's at, like 26 hours later, that means she was troublesome. And like you said in the scripture brought out, a shameless daughter you need to watch over. So more than likely, he already knew what his daughter was like, and that's why she couldn't stay with the mom, And this is what I'm saying, Israel, this stuff that happens, you guys need to be honest about what's going on. So the next 19-year-old don't have to go through what the Cara Thompson went through, trying to make some fast money or just trying to be out here promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell the truth. They do not want to mention that their daughter was out at 3 o'clock in the morning. They don't care. They just know she's dead. And it's just like we can stop other Israelite young ladies from trying to live this fast life. As I'm driving through the city of Philly, it's like nobody sleep. The kids is up, but all the adults is gone. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure it's like that in every city. So again, we gotta police up these kids, and we gotta police ourselves up, and we gotta police up these kids. But yeah, beautiful precepts, Op.
Oh, I don't praise y'all, but Shemir Shah.
Mm.
And that and quick thing, that's also, with so many of our sisters, I be getting kidnapped, sex trafficking, and all of that stuff.
Con.
Right? And there's not as much promotion for a missing report or a missing person. So you gotta definitely be on point, be very, very careful. Like, gather around your family, gather around brothers and sisters. That's why it's important for our people to know who they are as Israelites and repent and come back to being a law-abiding, keeping commandment Israelite. So we can start to gather family, household, and structure, because our people need it. They suffer for a lack of knowledge. So imagine the hurt of the father. Daughter going like that.
Yeah, God. Because it's starting to break. It's all starting to make sense because you got the same people talking about Charles Kirk and that Irene chick and then this and that, and they saying, oh, Jesus loves everybody, but now everybody, the thing that Charles Kirk has started since this man.
I live next door to these people for.
Oh, the thing that Charles Kirk has sparked in the Israelite community is the 40% of Black women who have, or 40% of Black homes who are fatherless. And that's a conversation now. So it's been a conversation, but now the white man talked about it and he gets killed. And now that's what everybody's talking about now. So now you got other brothers and sisters out there talking about, well, you know what, man, we need to get together and do what he did. We need to go talk to these youth. So things are starting to open. You know what I'm saying? The Most High uses who he wants. You know, finally he got rid of that guy, you know, because he was spitting out some rhetoric stuff. And at the end of the day, what I gather from a lot of Black people on YouTube, even these YouTube influencers, they're talking about that. And then the next thing you know, everybody be on the corner with some fringes or hearing about, you know, the Hebrew Israelites and stuff. These good points. And I wanted to talk about the Ukrainian girl. And the reason why I wanted to bring her up was because it was a so-called Judah brother, a Judite that you know, or it could have been Benjamin, that probably probably Levi, because you know, Judah would have probably beat her with a fist. You know, them Levites, they like the machetes, the Benjamite guy. So he might not have been non-playing. But I don't know what he was, but we just say it was Judah for conversation's sake. But you know, he was allegedly, well, he was a career criminal and stuff like that. And me and the elder Sarabia was talking about it last week, you know, because it looked like he was falling asleep or dreaming. And you know, the Most High speaketh to you and give you instructions, and then boom, there you go. Now, we don't know too much about this girl, but from all the videos that I've seen, she's kind of like I'm like, okay, she's from Ukraine and she was in a bomb shelter for a minute, and then somehow she winds up over here, you know, working and doing whatever she's doing. And then she gets on the train in Charlotte and gets stabbed 4 times. Now I heard it was once. I looked at the video. For some reason, they keep cutting out the video where the actual knife was at. The knife was like this big. And they say he stabbed her 4 times in the throat. So basically, I have not seen a witness come forward. There was 3 Black people on the train, and none of them have come forward. I don't know where they're at. I'm sure that's why I want to wait a little bit, you know, to see what's going on. But somebody should have came forward because it was 3 people. If you look in the camera, that was sitting right there, that could have heard him stabbing her. Because if he's stabbing her in the throat, that means blood is going to come out. Because where he hit her at, it looked like he hit her in the jugular. So once you hit that jugular, that blood going to squirt out 4 times, you know? So, I mean, let's watch the video together. You guys tell me what you think. But it just looked like it was suspicious. So her name is I call her Becky. So again, this video, in my opinion, it's a distraction. It's about a Becky, and it's a deliberate distraction, but also it's kind of making it callous for what's going to happen. Next thing you know, all these women dying, these kids are dying, and then all of a sudden, Becky and Billy get shot out of nowhere. Like all this black, 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 and then boom, these 2 get hit. One is a Ukrainian refugee, which have nothing to do with this country, and the other one used to go around talking smack about everybody. Guess who killed him? A LGBTQ community guy. The guy who shot Charles Kirk, and you know the brother probably went already into it, and then the other brother's gonna go to Thursday. He has relations with a tranny, and apparently this tranny has spoke out about this guy talking about he was going to kill Charles Kirk. But anyway, I digress. But that's the Charles Kirk stuff. Every day something else keep coming out about him. Let's watch this video so you guys can see who this Ukrainian girl is. Again, she lives over here in Charlotte. For those of you who don't know, Ukraine's over there is near Russia. It was part of the Soviet Union, and then they broke up and became the Commonwealth or whatever. It used to be called the Soviet Union, USSR, And then the Cold War ended in 1989, and then all those countries became their own countries. But what America did was flood CIA, Islamic, all these different crazy people over there. And then we over there in the Republic of Georgia. All right, there's a country over there called Georgia. It's pretty nice, got a little the waterfront and everything. And so we decided we want to do some stuff in Ukraine so we can move some missiles. And this is where this war kicked off at, because UN and the US wanted to do some stuff in Ukraine. And, old boy was like, we ain't doing that. No, y'all ain't coming in my backyard. We tried to go in your backyard. We tried to go to Cuba. Y'all didn't let us. So you ain't coming to Ukraine. And this is where this war come from. So they put thousands of Ukrainians over here. So this is who we're talking about. She was part of this Ukraine refugee. And me personally, I believe her judgment, if this, devil is dead, is because they forced all the blacks off of the buses in Ukraine when the Russians was coming in. And a lot of them, according to um, news sources, were killed. A lot of these so-called black people was killed. Now, I don't know if they was Israel, but Israel everywhere. Because remember, a lot of black people during the 50s and 40s and 60s, they flew to Russia. Russia was allowing us to come over there because of the whole civil rights and all this other stuff. So we wanted to go other places. And throughout history, which throughout history, we've always went certain places because we were being mistreated here. So there's a pretty good community of us over there. So maybe they were Israelites, from the picture, some of them look African, but then some of them could have been Israelites. We don't know. So she could have been one of the girls who kicked off the Africans or the so-called black people off those buses. And those guys got killed. They got gunned down. And she was able to get up out of there because they was trying to get, I don't know if y'all heard about that. I should have put that clip, but it was a bunch of Ukrainians, and they were kicking all the black people off the buses and stuff like that, and this was going on in China. There was a bunch of stuff that's going on with our people. And this is why China's being hit. Like I say, you guys got to keep it with this news stuff, because a lot of these nations are getting punished because they messing with the children of Israel. So without further ado, let me play a video. So this happened in Charlotte. For those of you who don't know, it was on a train like about a week ago. All right. So let's play this video of this devil. All right, let's get it in. All right. It's a lock here. All right. Well, why my internet be moving slow? Oh, okay. This is fast. Here we go.
Or the video?
Yeah, I got it now. It's up. That's because I had this one on YouTube, because I was trying to show the news report and stuff like that. Because sometimes people be, oh, this is fake news. Like, no, this is Fox. This is ABC.
God.
All right. But, all that stuff that be going around in the background, that's why it's playing slow.
Irina Zarutska was 23 years old and fled from a bomb shelter during the war in Ukraine to find a new home and new job in North Carolina. Prosecutors say on August 22nd, on her way home from work, she was killed while in that seat on the light rail system in Charlotte. The FBI says the man who stabbed and murdered Zarutska is Carlos Brown Jr., who they say was later seen walking off the train with a bloody knife.
This is obviously a horrible, horrible situation.
Oh, he got choked
But this
up.
is why federal statutes exist. They exist to take care of situations like this.
Brown already faces local charges, but U.S. Attorney Russ Ferguson of North Carolina today announced a federal charge is being added, citing the scene of the crime, a mass transit system, raising the possibility of the death penalty.
It's a terroristic act to make people afraid to go about their daily lives. That's what terrorism is.
Court records show Brown has been arrested 14 times, including a 2015 conviction for robbery with a dangerous weapon. President Trump and his allies have highlighted the incident as proof that his attention to crime is justified.
We have to respond with force and strength.
The president leaned into the case today, posting on social media that a repeat offender allegedly killing a young refugee warrants stronger federal intervention and deployments in Democratic-led cities. Scott McFarland, CBS News, Washington. He was later seen walking off the...
Oh, yeah, that knife looked pretty big. Let me see.
Callous Brown Jr., who they say was later seen walking off the train with a bloody knife.
This is obviously
they're going to show the knife.
Horrible situation. But this is why federal statutes exist. They exist to take care of situations like this.
Brown already faces local charges, but U.S. Attorney Russ Ferguson of North Carolina today announced a federal charge is being added, citing the scene of the crime, a mass transit system.
Yeah, that's a knife right there.
Raising the possibility of the death penalty.
It's a terroristic act to make people afraid to go about.
Oh, yeah. Well, all praises. Yeah, we got our lick back. You know what I'm saying? That's for Sandra Bland. That's for a lot of women. You know, he had the nerve to sit up there and be choked up. Like, bro, are you serious right now? All the mayhem y'all done did to our women, hanging our women, lynching our women, letting the babies fall out, feeding them to the alligators, all sorts of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And all the women that's being kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these sisters, they up here trying to date these other nations. You know. So again, yeah, that's a lick back. Yeah. So hey, it is what it is. Shout out to Carlos. But but yeah, I wanted to show that because you know, the white
The daily
man.
lives. That's what terrorism is.
You see how hurt he was that somebody from his nation was killed, and pretty much they saying it's pretty much an act of war. They put a federal case on the dude. Dude was kind of crazy anyway. You know what I'm saying? So now he getting a federal case. He crazy, but since it's a Becky, he's gonna get a federal offense. I heard the other days they trying to give him the death penalty. You know, I was like, damn. So Trump, look, you know, you say what you want, man. Trump for his people. You can't hate him because he for his people. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, this is the same way we need to be. We need to be the same way for our people. You know, because that white man got choked up. If you watch it, he got choked up. He don't even know this girl. She's not even from here. All he know is she's got the complexion for the protection.
Right.
And he got choked. He could, you don't even know this girl. She could have been a spy for Russia here. Who knows what she was doing here? You know what I'm saying? And so I just want to bring out the scripture. I don't have no sympathy for that. I mean, she's dead, you know. All praises. So with that being said, I mean, hey man, we gotta get our lick back. You know, y'all did Sandra Bland so dirty. I'm sorry I gotta bring this up, Cat, but y'all did that woman dirty.
Don, and y'all think
That
we
was
stupid.
right, that part. So she gonna hang herself on the back of the bed, sitting down. That don't even make sense. How could she even do that? She had to be creative. To like that doesn't even make sense. They just put a blanket or that was the most disrespect. Yeah, I cried my heart out when I saw that. And I drove through Prairie View, Texas. I ain't want to stop. You know, I was like, man, this place look crazy. You know, and real quick on that one, the young lady that shot her mom 7 times. I've been to Galveston, Texas. All right, and Galveston, Texas. Wow. So when it got flooded back in the 90s, they had projects. And they got rid of all the projects like they doing now, right? They got rid of all the projects. So all the black people had to find places to live. So everybody know everybody around there. That's the crazy thing. Like when I went around the little island like less than 2 hours. I knew everybody. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say, that's a really small knitted community. And you know, when something's that small, like you were saying, when the brothers, in the scripture, where it said he took the sons out and they stoned them and everything. That's a really small community for that young lady to do that. And that just really means that these parents have no control over these kids. No control, you know. Yes, Con, home of the Alamo. So Galveston, Texas, it was scary driving in there because ain't nothing around you but water. I was like, how these people live here? It's crazy. So anyway, back to the Becky. So yeah, all praises, man. We got to look back, you know, and she's out of here and she got a judgment for something because she could have been a wife to a slave master who got like 60 niggas killed. We don't know who she was. All right. So all praises, she could have been that lady from Louisiana who was torturing all them black people. We don't know who she could have been that escaped and went to France. So again, when they come back on this earth, she lived to be 23. Well, good for you. And who cares? So we just want to bring a couple scriptures out because when you look at the dude, he was back there like in a kind of like he was asleep, like the elder was saying, like he was in and out, you know. So let's get the book of Job, chapter 33, verse 14 through 17, Baba Kusha.
Con. Can you hear me?
Gone.
Okay, Con. It's the book of Job, chapter 33 and verse 15. Slocky, verse 14 or 15?
Oh, you can start at 14, King.
Okay,
14.
Con. This is Job chapter 33 and verse number 14. For God speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction.
Gone. Oh, and verse 17?
That he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man.
Gone. So in that scripture, for those of you who don't remember your dreams and stuff like that, the Most High, He will give you instructions in your dreams. He will come to you, and be aware, Satan allowed in there too. So certain things may come to you as we say deja vu. Well, that's them instructions. It's like, damn, I saw this, or I knew this, or hold on, I've been in this situation before. I should take door number 3. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what happened. And the brother, I think I'm saying his name right, Kadagia from HY Philly.
Yeah, Casadia. Yeah,
Casadia.
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 Philly Oracle.
Yeah. God. Kasaja. I said it right?
Con.
Kasaja, he did a beautiful class on dreams. All right. Y'all need to watch that. He went in. So I got the scripture for you guys to understand to help you understand that you do get instructions. And that brother was getting some instructions. And for him to just do what he did and then walk off, it is what it is. Now, could it have been fake? Now that I saw that knife, I thought he had a little knife. That thing was kind of long. And then the blood was dripping from it. Now, they never showed that part. They showed so many different versions of it, whether it was fake or not. She got her judgment. Whether he was supposed to not stab her and he did accidentally stab her, who knows? Because like I was telling one of my friends and stuff like that, when you're a criminal and you're going through this system, you become an informant and you become the slave to the man. And they can ask you and get you to do anything they want to do. You know what I'm saying? They can get you and ask you to do anything. People don't believe in this MK Ultra stuff. Y'all got to stop thinking that everything is a conspiracy theory. That's why they want you to believe everything in conspiracy theory. This is why the brothers and sisters are doing what we do, so you guys can understand that the Most High is real. Okay? So again, he comes to you in the dream, in a vision of night, put you in a deep sleep and give you some instructions. And then you go out and you complete them every night. That's your job. This is why you got to go to sleep. Why do you think certain levels of sleep you start seeing people? Then I had went to Iraq. I never stayed up that late again before in my life.
Or Iraq.
Oh my God. So we had to do it's called it was called Heavy Metal and Hot Wheel. So Heavy Metal was all the tanks, all that stuff, and Hot Wheel was I was on a Humvee. It was all the light wheel stuff, right? And it was supposed to be a 36-hour ruck march. Correction, it's like a 36-hour road march. Man, that thing turned into like 50 some hours. And so I was on the gun. I was a gunner. So I had to stay awake. And I didn't trust nobody to be on that gun. So I'm up there shooting coffee, drinking whatever, I don't know, drinking raccoon pee, whatever. Whatever I can do to stay awake, you know. And eventually I started seeing people. And that's when I was like, man, I gotta go to sleep. I seen a whole field of dudes just cross in front of me. I was like, oh my God, I never seen that before. So you start to hallucinate. You know, they have different levels of sleep and all that stuff. So you have to get your sleep because the Most High is going to seal the deal with you, or you're going to start hallucinating, and you know, next thing you know, you got insomnia. So again, he came to the brother, he gave him his instructions, and he went ahead and he killed Esau. All praises, you know. So again, it may have looked staged, but either way, it's a judgment. And he maybe was supposed to fake it, like I said, but you know, it is what it is. And why is she walking around looking like a little boy? She looked like a little boy, a little baseball cap, you know. So we don't know what was wrong with that girl. It's very rare you see, and you see her pictures, right? This little skinny white girl, she like a model and stuff, but then she's walking around Charlotte looking like a little boy. A little baseball cap, little pants on and stuff. I mean, y'all saw the picture. She looked like a little boy. Why are you dressing like that? What you hiding from? Who you hiding from? Because it looked like to me she was hiding from something. I'm just saying. She had long blonde hair, you know what I'm saying? And um, you know, a little slender body. But when you look at her, she looked like a little boy. That's somebody hiding from something, you know. So who knew what she did? So again, secondly, judgment it waits for no one. So again, I brought these topics up because it's been a surge of just killings and National Guard coming to your neighborhood and black people this and black people that. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want Israel to panic. So I got some scriptures in Jeremiah I wanted to read. And you know, these are the classics. And we want you guys to understand, you know, we love you guys and we want y'all to, you know, continue to push and try to get these laws, statutes, commandments. But all this stuff is prophesied. Um, did you have anything, Cap? I want to go to Jeremiah chapter 16, 9 through 9 through 16.
You said Jeremiah 16, 9 through 16?
Con.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Let's go Jeremiah chapter 16, verses 9 through 13 first. Let's do that.
Okay.
The water.
This is Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse number 9. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will cause to cease out of this place in your eyes, and in your days, the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore have the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us? Or what is our iniquity? Or what is our sin that we have committed against the Lord our God? Then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, saith Yahweh, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law. And ye have done worse than your fathers. For, behold, ye walk every one after the imagination of his evil heart, that they may not hearken unto me. Therefore will I cast you out of this land into a land that ye know not, neither ye nor your fathers, and there shall ye serve other gods day and night, where I will not show you favor.
Time. So it's all been prophesied, people. So don't be afraid. It's kind of scary, you know, what's going on. You look at the news. This is why, you know, the comedian Eddie Murphy, you know, he was on what's that white boy name? He had the TV show. It was funny. Oh man. Jerry Seinfeld. So he was on that.
Seinfeld.
Yeah. You ever watch Jerry Seinfeld?
Yeah, I watched some a little.
Okay. Kind. Yeah, the Seinfeld show I thought was funny. It was either you watch Seinfeld or Friends, right? No, I couldn't do Friends. So I watched Seinfeld, right? And he had this thing called, I think it's called like drinking coffee with comedians or something like that, drinking tea. And Eddie Murphy was on there and he said, yeah, man, I don't watch the news. I don't know what's going on in the world. And the reason why I bring up Eddie Murphy because everybody know Eddie Murphy. Well, he's not the only one that does that. There's a lot of black entertainers and a lot of black people. I'm just saying entertainers because people know them. But a lot of our people do not watch the news. And the ones that do, they say this is why I watch it because of Dakara Thompson, because of this. There's black people out here that never saw 12 Years a Slave or Roots. Me and Elvis Tarab was just talking about 12 Years a Slave. How the hell you ain't see 12 Years a Slave? How you ain't see Roots? How you didn't watch when we thought we would, African, Shaka Zulu? How you ain't watch The Nation of The Birth of a Nation?
Birth of a Nation. Yeah, that's
That,
her.
that ruined that brother's career.
Color Purple. Yeah.
Color Purple. Just watch that all the time. It's like, Mom, why we gotta watch this all the time?
Amistad. Jeez.
Amistad. All of these things, the water came. And this is what the scripture says. He's going to put us in the land that you know not. This is all prophesied. So please do not fall off. Continue to be strong. The same way you held into the football, the same way you held into cheerleading camp, the same way you held into ballet camp, the same way you held into basketball, the same way you got straight A's, the same way you took the bar, the same way you took the med board, all these different things. But we got some smart people in Israel. The same way you went over there because Elder Terrell's wife used to be a contractor, and she went over there and she's seeing crazy things over there in Afghanistan and Iraq. I forget which country she went to, but maybe she went to both.
It was Iraq. I couldn't go to Afghanistan. It was Iraq. B1 Al Assad.
Okay, con. So the water. And she's seen a lot of crazy stuff over there. Probably some of the stuff she tell the elder, he'd be like, get out of here. Yeah, it happened. You know what I'm saying? And they did not give two craps about them contractors. Like I said, me and this black guy, we was tight. And he was like, hey man, I gotta go out this wire. I'm like, what do you mean I go to the wire? Who are you going with? He had to tow because some guys got killed. So he had to go out there and tow the Humvees back. I'm like, hold up, bro. You ain't going out there. They're gonna kill you. He's like, man, I was like, look, I got you. Whenever you need us, just come call me, no matter what we doing. And that man made it home alive. He called me like 20 times. Wherever I was doing, I got my guys together and we escorted them. Because we wanted to mess somebody up. So we ain't care. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to say I was Rambo over there, so stop playing. But I'm just saying that, I love my people and that I got tired of seeing all the contractors' names on the boards. Like every day these dudes getting kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? And that just goes to show you, I only got the subject, but that just goes to show you, the type of nation we live in. Therefore, I will cast you out of this land into a land that you know not. They didn't even care about their own. You know how many white boys was missing over there? Because at one point, they were just kidnapping white people. Because they didn't really want to mess with us. So the reason why I put out Jeremiah 16, because don't worry, Israel, this is all prophesied. So if the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. Okay. And again, yeah, we're going to get it worse, but we got to get that purge. We got to get rid of that 2/3. You know what I'm saying? Let me get Jeremiah 16, verses 14 through 15. Baba Kushai. Oh, did you have anything to add, Cap?
Gone. I'll wait till after the precept, just so I can share a quick video before we close out. You said verses 14 through 16?
Verses Jeremiah chapter 16, verses 15 through 16.
Okay, Khan. This is Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 15. But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishes, save the Lord,
God.
and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks.
God. And the reason why I brought the scriptures out, Israel, is because the land of the north, come on now, North America. We already know. All right. This is where we're at. These scholars who want to talk about eschatology, all this other stuff, it's all conspiracy theory. We're gonna use that word. It's all a conspiracy theory. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. And behold, this is what we're doing. This is the reason why I brought these scriptures out. Because we are in the land of the north, and right now, what me and Captain doing, and the elders and all the senior men, we're fishing. We laid back, chilling, fishing, you know, drinking that spiritual Israel. All right. And then eventually we're gonna put the fishing rod down and that can, and we're gonna go hunting. And that's what's gonna happen. All right. So this is what it's all about, Israel. We gotta stay the course and stop letting the distraction and the callousness keep us from taking back what's rightfully yours. This is our world. But if you don't believe me, let's get a scripture. I got 3 more scriptures, Cap. Let me get Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. Baba Kushan.
Okay. It's the book of Isaiah chapter 45 and verse number 17. I got it. It's the book of Isaiah chapter 45 and verse number 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. He shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
So this is our world, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. It didn't say, but Israel and the other nations, and this is the problem. People can't read. You know what I'm saying? It says Israel. It doesn't say Elam, Moab, Esau. Even if the so-called Esau's are dead, it don't say them. It don't say the Ishmaelite. None of this stuff. This is dead right here. But Israel shall be saved, and nor confounded world without end. Right. So if you go to now, this is the Old Testament, so-called Old Testament, right? So let's go see what it says in the New Testament. Let's get Ephesians, because remember, all of the people from the New Testament, they were all Old Testament scholars. So let's get Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20 and Ephesians chapter 3, verses 20 and 21. Baba Kusha.
This is Ephesians chapter 3 and verse number 20. Ephesians chapter 3 and verse number 20. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. Unto him be glory in the church by Christ Yahushua throughout all ages, world without end. Amen.
So that's the precept of that. You know what I'm saying? So, here a little, there a little. He's quoting Isaiah, and a lot of these scriptures quote a lot of our major and minor prophets, as they like to say. Okay. So unto him be glory into the church by Christ Jesus through all ages, world without end. Amen. And that's talking about Israel. Like again, we have classes on that, who the Most High sent the only begotten Son back for, and it's always pointing to Israel, and we will debate that until the end of the world of who he came here for. But that's not what we're doing tonight. But I just want to get some scriptures. We are the world without end, and this is why we're getting purged. This is why we're losing our people, because it was written, and this is why we out here fishing, so we can get our people saved and start following. Because think about it, like Biden said, or correction, like Donald Trump said, what do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? Black people, vote for me, right? So Israel, what do you have to lose? All you got to do is come listen to our classes. Come see us on the corner while we out there preaching in the highways and byways. What do you have to lose to sit there and listen to one of these brothers? Or listen to one of your sisters tell you, hey, you know, my husband is an Israelite, or my husband or my friend is an Israelite. Oh, you know, I don't like them because they're racist. What is racist? It just means you're true to your race. People keep confusing racist and prejudice. They're two different things. Everybody's a racist in America. You can't go to no city and everybody kind of, I mean, the South is different, but like in these urban areas, everything is segregated. I've never had an Asian as a next door neighbor. I don't know about you, but I never had an Asian as a next door neighbor. You know, now when I moved to the South, you know, I still haven't. But like you have Elam and you have well, the East Indians, you have the Ethiopians and stuff like that, but they still stay to themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Salakia.
Yes.
Because
You know that precept that everybody like to use when they in front of y'all on the streets teaching is that John 3:16 is one of the precepts for that Isaiah 45:17.
God, God, yes, it is. And you know, I was gonna bring it out, but I said let me use this one right here. I haven't seen too many people use this Ephesian one, but still, you still have to go ahead and explain it.
Khan Salakia. So when they say that whosoever is us, they would say whosoever believe it in Yahweh Shai shall be saved. No, that whosoever is us, not the nation.
Children of Israel.
God. And again, you know, it would, in order for people to understand who wrote these scriptures and stuff like that, they're not dumb, they're not stupid, so they're going to write things the way they are. Because remember, you have eisegete and you have exegete. Christians eisegete, Hebrew Israelites we exegete. Everything's contextual and it all has a rhythm, you know. So again, the water sister. So that's basically what I got for you guys. Cap's gonna bring out some stuff, but I wanted to you know, end it with, you know, we got next, and that you know, we're supposed to be in this situation. So for those of you who just coming into this truth, do not get overwhelmed. If you do, call one of the brothers. If you don't feel comfortable calling us, call the elders. You know, you don't call captain. You know, we got somebody of all ages and all generations up in here. You know what I'm saying? So again, just call one of us, talk to us, you know, we'll get you right and point you in the right direction, you know. But again, we love all Israel, but don't get overwhelmed with this social media and everybody's getting killed and this and that. A lot of this stuff is supposed to take place so we can wake up these elect and this 1/3.
Hey, quick thing, Ak. Let me get Job 15. Oh, this is gonna be real quick. Let me get Job 15 and verse number 5.
Okay.
We're gonna read verse number 5 and 6, and then we'll jump on down to this hypocritical nation.
God. Job 15, verse 5.
Con.
This is the book of Job, chapter 15, verse 5. For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty.
Right. Thou mouth uttereth iniquity, and thy chooses the tongue of the crafty. Right? Let me show y'all this video. This wicked citrus orange head looking devil.
President Trump during a rare dinner out in Washington last night, driving home his message on crime in the nation's capital.
This city, here I am, standing out in the middle of the street. I wouldn't have done this 3 months ago, 4 months ago.
And the president also reacting to the shocking murder of 23-year-old Irina Zarutska, a Ukrainian refugee who was brutally stabbed to death while riding a train in Charlotte, North Carolina. Also jarring, the 13 mugshots of the suspect, Callous Brown, who was walking free despite a lengthy criminal history.
And here's a picture of it. This is the picture of it.
On social media, the president posted a video about the attack.
We have to respond with force and strength. We have to be vicious just like they are.
Charlotte's mayor called it a
Wait, hold on. Did you hear that, Ak?
Yeah, I heard that.
He said we got to be vicious, just like they are. But hold on, why you didn't say just like he was?
Right, that part.
Why you saying they?
Mm.
Why you grouping us all together?
What? He trying to get it started, Doc.
Right.
Heartbreaking attack while urging the video not be shown. Zarutska's family issued a statement. No family should have to go through this. This could have been anyone riding the light rail that night. We are committed to making sure this never happens again. The Justice Department is now seeking federal charges against Brown and questioning why, based on his record, he was not already behind bars.
Had he been held in custody, she would be alive today.
And
Wait,
President.
hold on. Can you say that? Can't you say that a million times about all these police officers that murdered us?
That part. They're not trying to hear that out.
Right. Had one murderous cop been arrested and put in custody, thousands of victims that cop killed would have been alive today.
Huh.
All right. Let me show you this other video real quick. Just watch the hypocrisy.
For comment, transportation
And Salakia, what Trump is trying to push, he's trying to push an agenda and a motive of putting Israel as the face of crime, the face of murder, the face of killing, when the whole entire world know that the face of murder and crime and wickedness and abomination on this earth is only Esau's face. It's nobody else.
Done.
That's why even Iran calls America the great Satan. All right? Everybody hates Esau on this earth. Like in Job 18, everybody hates Esau on this earth. So what Esau does, he try to pin that blame on who? Us.
Always.
Always.
Secretary Sean Duffy claimed the incident shows the ugly truth behind the criminal justice policies of the city's mayor. Elon Musk posted about the story several times and called to name and shame the judges who allowed the suspect to walk free.
Chilling video lighting up.
Mind you, you're talking about Elon Musk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so watch this.
And not every 24-hour smile is created equal. And that's the part they're leaving out.
Yeah, that's true.
Gaps that track food, receding gum. January,
Watch
North Carolina Magistrate Judge Teresa Stokes granted Brown release after his arrest for misuse of the 911 system, based upon the release, a written promise that he would return for his court hearing. That case, by the way, pending when he boarded the light rail last month. Also stunning, support for these kinds.
Pay attention to this.
Of criminals. Look at this. It's a now removed GoFundMe page for the suspect. It reads, quote, "While what happened on the Blue Line was a tragedy, what we mustn't lose sight of is the fact that DeCarlos Brown Jr. was failed categorically by the judicial system and the mental health services of North Carolina, and as such is not entirely to blame for what happened."
So you see how that is? He was dealing with mental health.
Done.
Don't Esau always use that?
Mm-hmm.
When he justified it, they're Caucasian rebel murderers on the streets. He's dealing with mental health.
Yeah, time.
Let's lower down the charges. Let's lower down the years. He didn't know what was going on. But when it's a so-called black man, whatever excuse he got, they push it all to the side and label him as a savage, as a murderer, as a killer, as evil. And they disregard the situation that we're dealing with, which is also what? Mental health. We've been here in America for 400 years. Battered, raped, robbed, murdered, castrated, slaughtered, tortured. And when we talk about mental health, nobody want to respect us. Nobody want to address the situation, especially those that helped push that agenda forward and created that system, like the Willie Lynch.
Huh.
But if you notice in the video, what happened with the cash, with the GoFundMe, they took it down.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the first times I ever heard that GoFundMe decide to remove a GoFundMe page because they didn't want to support a quote-unquote killer. Now,
Yeah, Shalom. Yeah.
Shalom, Elder.
Yeah, they be doing that a lot though. I hear that. I forgot who it was. somebody else they did that to. But um, it was Carmela Anthony case. He couldn't even go to the GoFundMe. He had to go through another way. Because GoFundMe wasn't even letting them do it. So yeah, they've been doing GoFundMe is funny when it's that. They've been doing that for a minute.
That's true. Yeah, kind. Because they said they spent all the money up. They was buying Mercedes and a Ferrari and stuff like that, talking about they was misusing the funds. And they did take down the lady who allegedly or who lied about getting hit in the face with the brick. They took her GoFundMe.
Right. Gone.
She's, you know,
Gone.
she's ham.
But look what's funny. Didn't Georgia Zimmerman have a GoFundMe?
Gone.
Right. Didn't George Zimmerman with the same weapon and gun that he used to kill Trayvon Martin, and he sold it for damn near millions of dollars? And they lauded him like a hero for killing a little black kid. Right? What about that other Edomite, the one with the crocodile tears that they raised money for as well?
Which one are you talking about? Not George.
For the Black Lives Matter, the one that had the big ass slacker. He had like a damn rifle.
Oh yeah. Oh, he got off too.
He got off, right?
Yeah, the young boy who shot them people in front of a store, something like that. Yeah.
Con.
Yeah. He wasn't even
the past 3 years, we've seen so many news of cops, police officers that have murdered civilians, and they got a GoFundMe, and it was raised quick.
Oh yeah, the dude that Shalakia, the guy that choked out Eric Brown.
Con, that's the one I was looking for.
Yeah.
And that was on the train, right?
No, he was selling the selling the Lucy's, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Was that Eric Garner?
Eric Garner.
Right.
Shalakia.
Now look at this one. Look at this one. Look
Man,
at this one. Marine Hills. And Elder Torah know this story.
Oh yeah, when he choked out the guy.
Right.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the
But
guy had some mental issues. A black guy on the train, right?
Con.
Yeah, that was a guy from New York.
Yeah, I knew that brother. We taught him. That brother used to do. You probably knew him too, Aria.
Yeah, I remember him.
Michael Jackson. Yeah,
God.
we taught him. We used to teach him. He knew about this thing, but what happened with him is I don't know what happened, man. Once Michael Jackson was over with, that was his hustle. And he just became homeless on the train. I seen him one day. I was like, damn, that's the dude. He was biking in. You know, he had spirits on.
Right.
And then that happened. But yeah, I knew that brother.
Con. Yeah, that was the guy on the train. The Edomite, quote unquote, Marine. And Hashar used to be in the military, so you already know when he used specific techniques.
Yeah. By the end of his life.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah, let him go.
You see?
He meant to kill him.
God. And he's let go scot-free. Trump don't call him a murderer.
Right.
Or a killer. We gotta send these lunatic veterans to prison.
Or what did he say? You gotta be aggressive.
You gotta be aggressive. You gotta be vicious.
Yeah.
Right? So look at this.
Mental health has become a catch-all for this country to excuse the greatest of our sins. By blaming the system, she absolves responsibility for Callous Brown.
You know what's worse than her murder? According to Brian Stelter, it's posting on social media. That's where he concentrated his concern, his antipathy, and then he says, but it's okay to question it as long as you're Brian Stelter, a fat white guy who should be fired again at CNN.
This actually happened last month. It only gained national news attention here in the past couple of days. Why is that?
Right. Most murders in the U.S. never become national news. This one's garnered attention for a couple of reasons. Number one, first and foremost, the recent release of that gruesome video. Second, the energy from pro-Trump activists. They picked up on this video from local news and ran with it. It's a little bit like the times when civil rights groups have raised attention about police-involved shootings. In this case, it is Trump-aligned influencers who are posting up a storm about this case on social media. Really, over the weekend, Elon Musk, Charlie Kirk, other Trump-aligned figures succeeded in making this senseless death a symbol of big city crime. We heard President Trump asked about it yesterday when he was heading home from New York City. He didn't seem to know much about it. He said he would get briefed, and then today Trump did know all about it. That's exactly what has happened here. This story has trickled up from local news to social media and now to the president's attention. I have to say, some of the replies to Musk, some of the comments around this story are baldly racist, stoking fear of African Americans because this man attacked a white woman. The open racism on sites like X today, it's eye-popping. But there are also legitimate questions about this so-called career criminal, someone who had been a repeat offender. And those questions, I hope they're not lost amid all of the cesspool kind of comments on social media.
He is one of the reasons why these crimes happen, because anytime you dare question crime, it's jerks, scumbags like him that call you a racist. I'm tired also of the term mental illness being used as a cover for criminality. When a thug targets a woman, that is not insane. He knows she's weaker. When he comes from behind with a knife, that's not insane. He minimizes her ability to inflict harm on him. When the thug flees, that's sane because he knows if he stays, he'll be arrested. So what would be insane would be if he were to face off against a man without a weapon, somebody like a Tyrus. That would be insane. You'd go, okay, that's crazy. But almost all of these people that do this stuff, they go after women.
Let's start this by...
Now, hold on. Hold on. You see what it says right there? It says evil people.
God. Yeah, they going in. They really trying to start the war.
You see the subliminals?
Right before our eyes.
Yeah.
And she looked like a little boy. I would have never suspected that to be a girl.
Right. But the news media is part of their spells, it's part of their witchcraft.
Fine.
Right? Constant putting the image out there that, quote unquote, dog whistle, right? Code word, code talk. Let's get this war popping. This is the face of evil. This is the face of wickedness. These thugs, and you already know they use that as code words. They speaking about black people. When they say these thugs, that's code word. They speaking about black people.
You see his mugshot out? They had like 16 pictures of him.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm telling you. Now you could say, you could say, yeah, that's his history and all of that. Yeah, you could say that. But they'll usually just say it. They won't show the pictures like that. But why they showing it like display like that? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They're pushing that agenda. They're trying to push us as the face of evil. And they're mad because of Charlie Kirk and all of that stuff. They're trying to push it as the face of evil. Why? Because they're losing their country. So now they got to put all the blame on Israel. Right? Let's get our lick before the Lord destroys us. This is the face of evil. Let's galvanize. Let's come together. And you know what's also funny? This is a Ukrainian woman.
Right.
From Ukraine. They're more angry about the death of a Ukrainian woman than an Edomite woman in America. Because they all Edomites.
God.
Right? But that's what Esau is scared of. He's scared of us remembering what they have done unto us and bringing it up. Putting it on Front Street.
Salakia.
Go ahead, sis.
They getting their licks back in the jail as well. That this particular Edomite sergeant, Jake was handcuffed and he beat him up on camera and then quit.
I think I might have saw that.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know he quit, but I think I might have saw that.
You didn't tell me about that now. Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
White racist. Sergeant. They beat them up, put them in the clinic. They coming through the clinic one after another, and also the Edomites are coming through the clinic getting beat up by Jakes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's starting. Push Trump trying to push it. I mean, it is what it is. They
Con.
just put on the news. I don't know if you've seen it, Cap.
Mhm.
That Israel, the UN has now declared that Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. I'm like, really? You think?
They finally caught up.
Yeah, yeah. They finally saying it's genocide. So this is about to get ugly.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the sister put JVR McGee found hanging from a tree in NC. Let me see what
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah, that was in
Yeah,
Henderson, the city down the street from me. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. He's a truck driver.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a tricky one because found the rope. They found the rope in him by the tree.
Mm.
So the cops didn't touch it. They was like, "Oh, well, he killed himself." Like, hold up, bro, hold up. The rope is next to the tree. He ain't hanging.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody put him there. And it's this big thing, and he's from Chicago, and so
Mm.
he ain't
Oh
got
yeah,
no.
that was a truck driver, right?
Yeah, yeah, that brother.
Oh wow. Ain't no way in hell he hung himself out. He
Nah,
wouldn't do that.
these truck drivers are starting to come missing. If you guys got husbands or family members as truck drivers,
Mm.
tell them they need to go ahead and get that. They need to get that glicky.
God.
They need to carry, not just one. And
Yeah, for
always
self-defense.
have self-defense. I don't know. I don't know how weird it can be riding around with a dog. I don't know, something. You need something. Hire a bodyguard because they getting them truck drivers. They didn't kill like 10 truck drivers.
Wow. Because
So
remember, they traveling state to state, and they're making some good
exactly.
money as well too.
They make a lot of good money. Yeah, come on. We had a couple brothers in HOI that was doing that, that does that. Brother Choney drives.
Con.
Yeah. So, you guys make sure y'all I know Choney he be doing his thing. He be carrying. But again, you gotta be safe out there. Stay away from the what do they call them? Lot lizards.
Right.
And, do your thing.
Lot geckos.
Yeah, lot geckos. God. You said geckos. God. Yeah, stay away from that. Judgment, 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 judgment. That's where it's all buckling down to.
Yeah, okay. Let me get one more before we close out. Let's get Sirach 39 and verse number 29.
All right.
This
Said
devil get
29 verse
mad because
39.
yeah, 39 verse 29.
Okay.
This devil get mad because one eater might die out of the trillions of so-called blacks and Hispanics that have been killed by his people's hand.
Right.
And the Lord is about a fair balance, a just balance, Proverbs 11 and 1. And Numbers 35 and 33, the land is defiled, by the hands of these wicked Edomites. So this land right now is defiled. So the only way this land could be cleansed is by the blood of those that defiled the land.
Gone.
All right. Let
Gone.
me get Sirach 39 to verse 29.
Gone. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 29. Fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance.
Right, read on.
Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction.
Right, read on.
They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word.
Right.
Therefore,
So the Lord said fire and vengeance. Death. These are created for the spirit of vengeance. When they saying, hey, vengeance of the Lord, yeah. He gonna put the spirit on people to bring in that vengeance. All right. Now go to close it out with verse number 28.
Verse 28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Right. They lay on them sore strokes. Right. With that blade, boy. And it's funny, Maccabees, Mattathias Maccabees, in the book of Maccabees, they said he had a dagger and he called the dagger vengeance. And when that sellout coon Israelite tried to sacrifice swine's flesh on the altar in the place of I think it was in the city of Modin, right? They send the Greeks to come in and try to force Judas Maccabee's pops to make a sacrifice on the altar and to basically sell out, and he wouldn't do it. But one of the Israelite priests that was willing to do it, Mattathias told him, like, listen, man, like, you really gonna sell out your people and sell out the Most High God for these heathens? And the guy told him, get off me. I'm gonna do what the hell I want to do. Mattathias grabbed him up, and boy, let's just say the vengeance of the Lord was on him that day.
God, Salaki, I have a precept.
God, and he started slashing them and hitting them with the turkey tip combo, and that dude was cooked. He was done. Stick a fork in him. Good. You had a precept, sis?
Con is 2 Thessalonians 1:6.
God, beautiful. Let's get that. 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 6.
God, this is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, and to you.
It is a righteous thing with the Lord to recompense tribulation. Recompense. That means to pay back. Right? Let's just search this one verse word right here. Recompense. Let's look up what recompense means. Because in Revelations 18, it shows you as well. The Lord said, do unto them double, unto Babylon, America. Do unto America double what it has done unto us.
God.
This ain't nothing. Right? Recompense. Look what it means. Compensate. Right? Repay. Reimbursed. America can't reimburse us all the money it took from us.
We gotta get that. We gotta get our lick back.
You see what I'm saying? Make up for. Right? Make good. Make good on your promise. Satisfy. Right? Oh, forget it. Make reparations. Oh, they would never.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
They will never give us back. Right? Make amends for the loss or harm suffered. Come on, man.
Salaki, I have another one, Deuteronomy 30:7.
God.
And number 8 for that 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6, and then it was 8 also. That's
God. 6 to 8?
No, it's 8. They skipped over 7.
Oh, jump to straight to verse 8 you wanted, right?
And then Deuteronomy 30
and 7. God. Let's get verse 8. All right?
Okay, God.
Look at that. Recompense, punishment, penalty. Nemesis. Yeah, we did nemesis. They are nemesis. Fate. Doom. Right?
God.
I like recompense. I like that word now.
Oh, yeah. And remember, Israel, what the captain's doing, because like some people look at these words, oh, you guys it's all contextual.
Right.
You know, we read it in the context of what it means.
Hey, didn't James Brown say the big payback? Where's my money?
Pay money too. Oh, this ain't all the good stuff right there.
Right. Let's get Deuteronomy 30 and 7.
Okay. You want me to read Thessalonians 1 and 8?
Yeah. 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 8.
Fine. And flaming fire taken, the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 8. And flaming fire taking vengeance on them that know not God, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Hey, who's the best depiction of a person that don't know the Lord and hates the Lord? That's Esau.
Esau right there all day.
His father is of Satan, of Lucifer, right? He hates Yahweh Shemel Shai to the point that he even iconoclast and created the image of an Edomite, white man as Jesucristo or Jesus Christ. Wiped away his melanin and gave him leprosy. Right? Vengeance, revenge, retribution, retaliation, right? Satisfaction, comeback. Don't call it a comeback. An eye for an eye. Listen, if we do an eye for an eye here in America, every Edomite will be wiped out.
Oh, yeah.
The Caucasian race population will be gone over a night if we were to do an eye for an eye. Tit for tat. You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
Measure for measure. Comeuppance. A taste of one owns medicine. Come on, man.
That's it. I love that Oxford Dictionary, man.
Good.
Yeah, I think they was what? They in the top 3 dictionaries that got the etymology of words pretty down
Right,
pat.
so you can't refute it, huh?
No.
What dictionary is that?
The Oxford.
It's the Oxford.
Oh, the Oxford Dictionary.
God.
Yeah. You used to use that back in the day, man. You used to use the Oxford back in the day.
God.
Did you see that movie, Elder? It was about the race to getting the dictionaries all done. And dang, look at the name of that movie. But it was a movie. It was talking about the Oxford, the not the Webster, but Oxford. God, it's like 3 of them. I think Britannica. It was like 3 dictionary companies that was coming out, and they was racing to get all the etymology of words before the so-called white man fully take over. And I think it's one that's even better than the Oxford. But yeah, there was the race to get the dictionaries done and get the true etymology of all the words.
God.
Yeah. So you
Let's
said
close. Go ahead, Elder.
Deuteronomy 30 and 7?
God.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
God.
God.
That's what's happening right now.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's definitely
these Edomites dying left and right.
Well, if you look at it and you analyze it, the curses also, but the broken households that we suffered, right? We suffered during the crack epidemic. We suffered the broken households. That's what the crack epidemic did to a lot. It broke up the family structure. It broke up the households. To even to this present day, we're suffering. The opium crisis and the heroin crisis did the same thing to the Edomites. And that's why Trump is so hard on drugs. You know what I mean? That's why, because the opium crisis is doing damage to them. It's breaking up their household. Now they fathers are strung out, their mothers are strung out. So it's the same thing. But what the devil did with them is if y'all follow it, he rewarded them billions of dollars, the families that died, the kids that died from the opium. They had $1 billion lawsuit. He never did that during the crack epidemic. But it's affected them the same way the crack epidemic did.
Beautiful point, Elder, and that's part of the recompense. That's part of the payback. Which you have done unto us. We're still alive. We're still here. We're still functioning. Right? A Jake that's a crackhead, he could still have children. But Edomite, oh, forget it. He'd be high on dope and all of this stuff, and then angel dust and crack cocaine and K2. He'd be done.
They be having that K2 in the jail. Salakia, I'm sorry.
Yeah. God, he be done. It's over for him.
Hey, the dope thing is worse, man. I mean, the crack was bad, but the dope is the only thing I see, only drug I know where it's like the Sandman. You could be stuck in one place for 8 hours, man.
God,
I literally go to get up in the morning and see the dude in the same spot. I come back
yeah,
in the night. The dope, that dope, man. And you know what? The dope, you can never really get rid of that. You can't recover. You just become on what they call it.
what addicted?
A met head. Like
Mm.
you just become somebody that they give you something else in supplement for the dope. But you never get off of that dope. They call that dog food.
So Lakia, could I get this last one that my husband always telling me, he always reading this to me. And this has something to do with, it's a precept to that Job 15:5, and it's Ezekiel 25:14.
God.
And I'm
Yeah,
done.
that's a good one. Let's close out with that.
God.
They want to get mad at us. You got some damn nerve. 2 Edomites died. One damn Charlie Clips, Kirk died. And you mad at us? Yeah, I killed him.
Yeah.
They acting like we did it. And the minute he started talking about gangs and mass shooting and gun violence and all this stuff, that's when he got clipped right at the neck, talking
Right.
out the side of your neck by his own people in Utah.
They was praying that was a so-called Negro. They killed them. They was praying. They wanted that bad. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, like you said, we didn't kill them, and they bugging out. Like,
Hey.
how you get 4 black colleges that had to shut down for bomb threats?
God.
Nothing to do with it.
Crazy.
Right.
That just shows you. You know, that's when you read scriptures like Ezekiel. I think it's 36 when it says the envy and the hatred. Like this man's hatred and this man's envy is out of this world for us, man.
Yeah, Elder. They was praying. He was a black man. They was in that corner, sweet baby Jesus, please make it a nigga. Make a kill him. They was praying it was a nigga, boy.
Oh, people getting fired, Cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, they done fired like 25 people. White, black,
Right.
purple, green. They don't care. You talk about Charlie Kirk, you get fired.
Now,
Yeah,
more than
like,
that, King. More than 25.
Oh,
I
yeah?
heard,
Okay.
oh,
God.
yeah. More than 25. They go into people's social media.
Yeah,
They
Con.
go, you know, they go into
Immigrants.
they go into everything and finding out if you talk about them, they firing you off your job, which is wrong because that's your time. After, when you out of your job, it's really your time. You got freedom of speech, but now they taking that away.
Con.
Salakia, they was trying to talk about that at my job. I went the other way. I walked the other way. Sure did. I heard them talking about them.
Yeah, Con.
Oh, in Houston, they had a big rally for him. I was looking downtown Houston. They just had it, I think, 2 days ago. They had a big rally for Charlie Kirk. Man, I wish I was out there, man. I'd be
Right.
ripping into him. But I know it would be crazy, man.
That man, fire camp.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. And they all fired up for no reason.
Right.
The man he had his opinions, he had his views, and he stuck to them. He had some nasty way of saying it, but it is what it is. He wasn't no guide or no martyr. They trying to make this dude a martyr.
Yeah, that's what they trying to do out.
Yeah.
They trying to make him a martyr. One brother said, the last time Utah had a shot this big, you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I saw that. They stupid. Yeah, that dude, whoever said that, he fired.
God.
Hey, yeah, what I was about, there's something I was about to say. It come to me, but yeah, that, yeah, man, it's crazy with Charlie. I mean, damn, something I was about to say about. There's a sister. She did a beautiful thing on it. Like she was like, he was shot, he was murdered in front of his family. And she just went in, and I was like, damn. And she said, he thought I was talking about Charlie Kirk, right? talking about George Floyd or something. She said,
Yeah, I
Just-
saw that. Yeah.
Oh,
and
I
that
didn't
was
see that.
like, yeah, you know what I mean. So basically, she said, "What goes around comes around." I remember the scripture say, "Death and power is in the tongue. Death and life is in the power of the tongue." You know what I mean? What you say, your words, you know what I mean, will bring destruction. This devil was part of the propaganda scam. He was probably, and he was with that stupid chick, Candace Owens. You
Candace
know what I mean?
Owens.
Yeah, yeah. But he was with the propaganda scam to make Jake seem like he's, to really justify to the world that Jake is really the problem. That's what he was doing.
Con.
You know? And the Most High
John.
killed his ass.
John. Yeah, Candace Owens was crying. I was like, all right. Now I listened to her because sometimes she has some good gems and stuff. But that woman, she got issues. How you crying for 2 days for Esau? Stop playing with me. Are you for real? Because when this race war happened, your husband gonna kill you. She's stupid. She's figuring it out. He gonna
Well,
kill
Kenny
you.
Owens, I mean,
Right.
people gotta not let you gotta see the trap with these devils. Like sometimes people look at these people and they talking about abortion and then they be like, yeah, talking about homosexuality. You be like, yeah, but you gotta understand the narrative. It's like they only doing that because the white race is decreasing. It was the
Con,
same thing with the Nazis. The Nazis did that. The Nazis spoke against homosexuality, spoke against tranny openly, but they was homosexuals, the Nazis, like the generals and stuff. But they spoke against it because it's decreasing their race. And that's the same thing Trump is doing, and Charlie Kirk, and people be fooled by that. Like Israel and brothers, oh, they talking about the, yeah, abortion, and they talking about the homosexuals, and yeah, they know it's an agenda behind. They just doing that because of what the white population is decreasing.
Oh,
con. And to your point, Elder, that's one of the reasons why, they got Candace. I don't know how that woman's not dead. Some of the stuff she comes out with, when she latches onto you, she's gonna get everything out of you. Pause. But some of the stuff she's brought out has been informative. However, she's promoting this white husband. And she got 4 babies by this dude.
oh
Now,
wow.
yeah, they got 4 kids. And he just keep getting pregnant in her and they keep putting her in the forefront. And then you got what's her name? Venus? Or what's the other one?
Serena Williams.
Yeah, Serena. I don't know what's going on with her. And it's like they putting these certain black women out there Candace Owens pretty popular, but Serena's really popular. And it's like they want these black women to be these white men like surrogates, but they marrying them and stuff like that. So that's a very good point because she got 4 babies from this man, and then she's crying for a so-called white man who was talking smack. And she was talking mad smack about George Floyd. She up talking all that stuff when he got killed and talking about, yeah, he's a rapist and he put it. I was like, why is she doing that? Like, you're a black woman. And they had some old pictures of her, when she was, I forget what state she's from, but she was suing she had some lawsuit or something, and she was with a bunch of black people, and now she's married to a white man. So, it is what it is.
Salaki, and she bleaching her skin too. Serena Williams is. She's turning
Oh,
it
yeah.
color.
Con.
Yeah, kind of. It's pretty horrible. Kind.
Yeah, self-hatred and trying to assimilate with Esau's culture.
Kind.
Let me just
Oh,
show
yeah.
this one more.
It was
Yeah, okay.
Ezekiel, what, 25?
25:14.
Yeah.
Kind.
And let me
Kind.
just show this one more picture real quick. Just to show y'all Trump don't give a damn about no damn. Y'all see the screen?
Kind.
See? Trump administration has ordered the removal of signs and exhibits related to slavery at multiple national parks, including historic 1863 photo of a formerly enslaved man with scars on his back. This man's name is Peter. They made a movie about him called The Emancipation, starring Will Smith. So what is Esau trying to do? He's trying to erase our history or what they have done unto us, you know, they trying to erase every damn thing.
Yeah. Insane.
Right. So they could see him as the hero. His story. Right? That's why the
Done.
Lord will do this to his decrepit, wicked self. Let's close it out, Ak.
Done. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 15.
14.
Oh, 14.
God.
And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord God.
God. So Esau is portraying us as the killers, the murderers, and the thugs, and the predators, and all of this stuff. But God is going to put that spirit on us in these last days, man. It's going to be so vicious, where his vengeance is going to be portrayed on Esau's entire soul and body when we beat the brakes off of him.
God.
Right? Through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah. And we're not talking about Lord gonna put the spirit on brothers and he just gonna take out one Edomite, then we all gonna celebrate and it's over. No, we talking about the entire Edomite nation.
God.
Beat their damn goddamn presidents to the break of death. All right? Their governors and all of that, beat the dust out of them. And they won't be able to do nothing because the Lord will bless the men with spiritual power and have the angels around to cover them. That's why the scripture said in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, many men he hadn't choose the mighty men. He chose the men of low, men of weak. Right? But also in 1 Corinthians, it says what? He's going to save the apostles for last. Right? So he's saving the Israelites, the elect, for last. Because most high will, we're going to get our get back. We're going to get our lick. We're going to get our comeuppance. And this devil going to really know vengeance. You know? Going to beat the ashes, and dust to dust out of him.
Good.
Talk about one killing. And they still lynching us to this day. We got so many stories about that, but all praise to how about Shemel Shai and I yield, King. We close out. We could come back tomorrow. Most I will.
God. Yeah, I gotta get to work and all that stuff. So you do the prayer in Paleo Hebrew?
God.
I'll do the English version.
Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work.
God. All right, everybody face the east. Captain Ariella is going to do the prayer in Paleo Hebrew.